Let's cheer it for the boy. Let's give the boy a hand. Let's cheer it for my baby. You know you gotta understand.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers everywhere. It's a duck blur. You know that song?
No.
You don't know DuckTales?
Mm-mm.
Damn, okay. Well, let's start the show.
Let's start
Hello,
this
niggas
show.
and nerds. Welcome to the maiden voyage of the Geek by Interest podcast. I am known to some as Mess Boss, but not by all. And joining me today, as always, the Lord of the Dice himself, my homie Q. Say hello, Q.
Yeah, let's go.
How's your week been?
Not bad, man.
kinda-
Busy. My fucking room is boiling. So
I'm
sweating.
sorry that you are going through that right now, dude.
Yeah,
I
it's
really am.
brutal. It is brutal.
Yeah. And especially like where you're at, I would not expect that to be a place that would be so hot.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. I didn't think London would be this bad, but I think it's just my room. I think I have all these electronics blasting, so it's fucking horrible.
Well, you're doing it for a good cause, me son, okay? So catch me up. What have
Exactly.
you
The best cause.
catch me up, as I said, like what piqued your interest this week? What were you on?
Dude, I've watched all of Daredevil Born Again. The whole thing.
I love
Two
that you've gotten-
seasons.
I love a whole 2 seasons now. You know what episode
Yeah.
like fucking Grey's Anatomy has right now? I think it's like season 20. Season 27. I don't know. Listen, I don't watch Grey's Anatomy, but shout out to them. Thoughts on Daredevil though? How'd you feel about it?
Dude, it was sick. Honestly, I fucking enjoyed it. Like, for a superhero show, that's exactly what I wanted. Like, it wasn't just action fighting the whole time. Like, this dude's a lawyer, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I'm in school for, so.
Did
It's
that
good to
legal
see.
aspect really like grab you in like that?
No, it definitely did. I actually really liked it. Like, it wasn't just like people running around in suits all the time, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. The other Marvel movies are good. Like, that's fun to see, but it was a nice little break.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm obsessed with it. I do love Charlie Cox. I think he's fucking awesome. It is one of those shows though that I don't want to say got a little bit repetitive, but part of me was like, okay, this show's great. I do like these characters, but it's like me versus Fisk, me versus Fisk. Yeah, okay, we've seen Daredevil multiple times, doing his thing, have maybe like one or two other villains, but it's kind of like right now, I didn't think it needed to take 2 seasons to tell the whole Mayor Fisk story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was like gonna say is the pacing was a bit off. Because it did feel like it was dragged on a long time. And the fact that Fisk didn't die, like, just kind of pissed me off.
No, dude, here's the thing.
Nah, dude. They
It is
killed my guy
highly-
Daniel, and they
Fuck
left
Daniel.
Fisk. Oh, fuck you.
Fuck Daniel. He almost killed his best friend just to dick ride the Kingpin. And listen, I understand
Almost.
the Kingpin is a form. Listen, as Brandy said, almost doesn't count, but
Listen, we're
Not
talking
a-
about a lawyer show. He didn't kill nobody, okay? He did not deserve to die.
I never said, when did I say he deserved to die? All I'm
Not
saying is that,
deserved, but-
listen, as far as characters go, he wasn't top of my list.
I
wasn't
guess. I guess.
No, but I love that you kind of dived into the show and are seeing like how cool Daredevil can actually be. And he's kind of right now, as I said, Charlie Cox is kind of like Marvel's golden boy. They want to like sprinkle him in where he can. And hopefully, as I said, he ends up in the Spider-Man Brand New Day. So there's a lot of the trailers are out, and everybody says kind of like what they did with the last movie. They edited out the cameos. So they're like, the internet sleuths are like, at this point is where you can actually see they're leaving a space to Daredevil because this ninja's looking into space. I'm like, it just seems kind of interesting. So I hope he is actually in that.
I mean, yeah, you see the Punisher in the trailer, right? So,
Well, I mean,
I'm
like, they're
pretty
not
sure
joined at the
Daredevil's-
hip. They're not like Siamese
No,
twins.
but-
So it's like,
I mean,
Or
if he's there, I
conjoined
expect
twins.
to see Daredevil.
I don't think one cameo necessarily initiates the other, but it would be great to see them kind of pile them in there. I just don't know what they'll do. And even that Punisher scene kind of seemed like a cameo. Almost just like he's just here for this.
Yeah,
one
just driving by,
second-
you know what I mean? He's just driving by, like, that's it.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering.
I would kind of like to see them kind of fight a little bit, but we don't got time for that. I don't know what's going on really in Brand New Day. It seems like a lot of wild shit's going down, but I wouldn't want just the Punisher there for like, I don't know, 20 seconds. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean? Like, you got
agree.
this. I mean, this guy's probably getting a fat check for all of this just to show up, say hi, drive a car. Not even probably drive that car. It's most likely like a CGI motherfucking car, and he's just doing his thing. But it would be kind of cool for him to do. I'm down for a team up thing. And if they could do it in Captain America Civil War, where that became like, even though it was a Captain America movie, it's more like a ensemble cast. I would not hate that in a Spider-Man movie, you know?
No, I think it would be good. I think it's gonna be good. I'm actually excited for this movie to come out.
Well, Tom Holland never lets me down as Spider-Man. So even the
True.
last one, there was parts of it obviously I didn't love, and we don't need to go fully into that now. But there was a lot of like Tom Holland just doesn't suck.
No, definitely not. He's probably the best Spider-Man we've had.
Ooh, don't start some shit now.
Ooh, I
'Cause there's a
started it
lot
though.
of
That's
like
what I
I
think.
think there's more
I
Tobey
do
Maguire
think.
stands than there are Andrew Garfield stands. But I also thought all three of them were me personally, I'm with you. I ain't gonna lie, I'm with you. But
Yeah.
I can't I can't shit on those other guys, man, because
Well,
Andrew
no, I'm not
Garfield's the
shedding
king.
on them. I'm just saying I think he's the best one. And I think if
Well,
you disagree, your opinion's just wrong. That's it. Like, no big deal. You know what I mean? We're all wrong
well, again,
sometimes.
I personally don't disagree with you, even though I like enjoyed Tobey Maguire's. He was again my first. I wouldn't say my first Spider-Man, because shout out to I don't even know the actor's name, but I remember he played Greg Brady in the Brady in the Brady movies of like the 90s. I don't know his real name, but he was the animated Spider-Man. And when I think of Spider-Man, that guy's like when I read comics, this guy's voice is what Spider-Man is. So I think he's still like with us. So I hope they do kind of what they did with X-Men 97 and reboot that animated series too. And bring that same guy in, unless he's sounding decrepit. But yeah, I don't know. I would say he's at least for me my favorite Spider-Man, but as far as the live action ones go, I'm with you. Tom Holland all the way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying they suck. It's just he's the superior Spider-Man. I don't know what to tell you.
Ooh, he just touched on something there. There was a comic called Superior Spider-Man, and that was crazy. And if they ever do that in the MCU, it'd be wild. Again, I'm not going into Superior Spider-Man at this time, but one day we might have this discussion. But that was probably one of my top, I'm going to say definitely top 5 Spider-Man stories. So again, later days we'll touch on that. For me, I think we kind of briefly touched upon this, but right now I've just been obsessed with that show Half Man. The one with the weird
Oh,
brothers.
yeah. Oh my God. Listen, you've sent me clips, and what the fuck is going on in that show?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. It's one of those things where like I think I know, but it's just crazy. I mean, this is a show that's on I think the BBC via HBO via Crave if you're in Canada, so it's kind of hard to I guess find. But Half Man, I have to say, and you know me, most of the time I prefer some sort of science fiction I need, or medieval shit. Like, I'm also fuck with a medieval shit. You know how I feel about Game of Thrones. But for a show that I want to say is realistic, you know, tossing up those air quotes that no one will see, it's it's crazy intense.
But that's what I mean. I'm surprised you're watching it because it doesn't have those aspects that, like, let's be honest, you really look for in a show or movie. But
True.
you've been saying you're enjoying this show, like you're there for that ride.
But you know what it is? Is that, and this is, I mean, fucked up, but I also enjoy a show where people get fucked up. And all this dude is doing is kicking people's heads in.
That's
Spoiler
true,
alert.
yeah.
But
From
all
what
he's
you
doing is
showed me, yeah.
he did it again. I just watched the last episode that came out this week, and he just starts stomping on some dude's head he thinks was, like, I guess, messing with his girl on the low. And he just starts stomping on his head.
Now, was he actually messing with his girl, or like he just thought that?
To be fair, he was.
Okay.
But
Deserved.
he died though. And the thing is that the other brother, so again, for those who don't know, this show's about two brothers who aren't actually brothers, they are step brothers because their moms are in a lesbian relationship together, which on its own is messy as fuck. It's mad funny because of course that comes into play in the show. But one's like a fucking delinquent and the other's I guess not a delinquent, but he's not free of mess either. But anyways, it just follows them through the years. And I think they're on episode 5 was the last one I watched because it is a weekly show. It wasn't just like a drop, you know? It
Oh,
was
so
it was
sorry,
just
this
kind of
show's
like,
still going on.
well, yeah, like every week is a
Oh, I thought it
different
was
episode.
done. Oh, okay, I see, I see.
No,
Oh, so
it's
it's
an
relatively a new show. It's like a new show then. I thought you just stumbled upon it and you're like, fuck
I
it, here we
did
are.
just stumble upon it. As I said, you know how Amazon just be playing shit sometimes. I did just stumble upon it, but it wasn't a show I think I would have watched, but it opened up pretty solid. So I was like, let's see where
Wow.
this can go. And I'm glad I grabbed those handlebars and stayed for the ride because each episode it just gets more and more fucked up. So so I don't know what's going on. I highly recommend it. I know maybe it might not be your jam just hearing me talk about it, but it is kind of crazy. But that's what's been kind of consuming my life recently. Is this one show that, I mean, like, let's be real, The Boys has ended. Nothing's
Oof.
really popping until I think late or mid June. So let me get in where I fit in, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Um, Perfect. Moving along to our kind of like our geeky. I sent you that trailer for Lanterns. Did you take a look?
I did, yeah. I'm actually super excited for that to come out. Isn't
What
that
are you
relatively
loving?
soon as well?
Yeah. And it's kind of like a new thing the DCU is doing where they're kind of putting, because Peacemaker was a weird one. Peacemaker, the first season wasn't under the whole like James Gunn universe, but Peacemaker 2 was, so they kind of readjusted things. But since that Superman movie, I kind of appreciate them, even Guy Gardner, making the Green Lanterns a focus. We haven't seen much like Green Lantern show. Well, I mean, he was big in the Justice League animated show, but we haven't had anything really live action since that Ryan Reynolds movie.
Are you a bit scared for this movie to come out?
It's a show, but not scared. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm very excited, but I also listen. I'm not immune to all the comic book nerd shit that everybody is immune to, where it's like this is not like how I saw it in the comics. But the trailer looks good. I appreciate that they say fuck.
The only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead fucking body.
So it's like, I mean, to be fair, like any
That's a big
comic
one.
book character, you know, I love cursing because I just feel like,
Yeah.
doesn't it like everybody? I feel like most people curse. Okay, my mom didn't, but I get like most people curse. And if I'm like fighting intergalactic space deities, I'm gonna say fuck. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
how
like,
can you
oh,
not? That's the problem, right? That's why you watch some of these movies, you're like, how are you not swearing at this?
like, you know what's my favorite like pseudo curse word is screw. When they don't say like fuck and they're like, you two screwing. I'm trying to think of my others, but that's my favorite. Like I'm just like, who's that? Could you imagine your homie just asks you on the low? He's like, yo, you two screwing?
Yeah, no one uses that in the real world, you know what I mean?
I mean, not since like I don't even know when that came to fruition, but like definitely not even the 80s. It's just I think it's just their pseudo curse words. Moving
Yeah.
it back to lanterns though, the only thing I obviously hated, which I mean most people hate, is that the suit looks kind of brown. Which
Oh,
for the Green Lanterns were like, why you do this? You know?
yeah.
You almost want to truly ask. I want to know who's like whatever costume designer this is. I mean, I'm sure ChatGPT could probably tell me, which is insane. But I want to be like, hey, girl or guy or they and them. Why brown though? He's the Green Lantern.
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
don't
that's a
know.
hard one to fuck up, you know what I mean?
And listen, I don't know. I don't want to say she or he or they or whatever the fuck the person is that I won't Google. But it's not like they fucked up. It's just not the look, especially for what you're expecting in this type of show. You're looking for, I would say, comic book meets realness, you know, which is, I don't know if that's what James Gunn is truly doing. He has said he wants the DC universe to be a little bit more grounded, but we also don't know what that means.
Well, that's why I'm kind of excited for it, because, like, let's be honest, the DC movies before just have not been the best.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, because Marvel was running that for a while. And we won't get
Yeah.
into the debate of the MCU is dead or whatever, but Marvel, we can't deny certain things that Marvel has put out has been crazy perfect, you know?
Yeah,
Haven't been
exactly.
nail head.
Yeah.
So the DC ones, which I think is kind of what sways a little bit. I know people hated Jared Leto's Joker. I get why.
I am not someone who is loved. I'm an idea. State of mind.
There was little things I think they nitpicked a little bit too hard. Not Jared Leto's Joker, but I think it's in safe hands now with James Gunn. I just don't like the creative license too much. You know,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's listen, it's your shit, do what you want with it, but I don't think your source material and your, end product should be too different. Because a rising tide lifts all boats. When you boost a character in a show or movie, whatever, people are gonna start buying those comics. People who've never really been into comics. So if it's fundamentally different from what you had before, I can see how people will be like, "Who the fuck is this?" or "What the fuck is this?" And I'm okay with that because again, we're going to discuss The Boys later, and that had a lot of like liberties, but it ended up at least what I think was well. But back to this, you're kind of like looking at it and it seems cool. It seems that whatever's going on is like a world ending thing. Like we really need these guys to man the fuck up. So I'm down for that aspect of it. But as far as the trailer goes, I wanted just a little bit more of what the actual threat is.
That is true, because DC has some fucking cool ass villains.
Yeah,
I will
and we
give them
did.
that.
Yeah, and we did see Sinestro in the teaser there, just the back of his head, and that's kind of like the Green Lantern who turned against them and became a Yellow Lantern, which is the villains. So cool. Is he just gonna be in? Like, obviously he's not gonna be in prison the whole time, but I'm like, is he the guy? Because essentially the synopsis of this reads that it's it's Hal Jordan training Jon Stewart to be the next Green Lantern, and I don't know how that's happening or how that's going to work because usually the Green Lanterns only pass the ring on when they die. So I don't know if he's like, I don't know, I'm fucking dying.
I'm retiring now. I'm retiring.
But I don't think you just can retire from the Green Lantern Corps. Like, I don't know how that works because the ring essentially just finds the next nigga in line who has the strongest source of will and I guess, whatever the fuck. So it's a little bit weird. I don't know how that torch is being passed, but like, again, I'm down for the ride. But I don't know. I needed a little bit more from the trailer just to know what the threat is. It looked like shit was being menacing, but it didn't really give me the source of the problems, especially because it's like kind of like they're solving a small town murder. I'm like, you guys are space cops. Go, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This has to be bigger things in the universe than this small town crime. But again, I love buddy cop shit, so I'm here for it.
yeah. Let's just hope it's not like Riverdale.
You mean the CW show? What about Riverdale did you hate?
Well,
I mean, I know
I personally
hate it.
think listen, I thought the beginning was good. I enjoyed the first season, and I'm gonna say a half. But then once they
Okay.
started calling things jingle jangle, I gave up.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
what a weird fucking thing. That was yeah, Riverdale was a hard one sometimes.
It was,
And I
and the
was
worst
looking
part about
forward
it is
to
I stuck through it too. Like I
till
watched the
like
whole
the
musical
end.
episode. I think I had like half a season left, and then I
I
was
don't
like, I
think I
can't do this
got to the
anymore.
musical episode. Were any of
But
the songs
you know
like
what
bangers
though?
or was it shit?
You know what? The musical episode wasn't bad, I have to say. It was a little High School Musical with the dances and shit, but it
Like
was
there was like whole
horrible.
choreographed dances, like synchronized
Yeah,
dancing.
yeah, 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 yeah. From what I remember, it was like that. It was, yeah, it was something. But it wasn't
Was
shit.
there
It
okay,
was
was there
not
any
shit.
was there any of these like shooby doo ba 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 da ba da like a 50s kind of vibe? I feel like that's Riverdale on brand.
It is Riverdale on brand. Yeah.
So did they do that shit or not?
I don't exact that was so long ago, but I think it was along those lines. I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah.
I feel like I will definitely YouTube this later.
Sure is getting close to prom night. We're getting ready.
You
Because I
should.
need to
It's
know if that
funny.
went down. Because it seems
Yeah.
impossible that there wasn't. But yeah, no, listen. I didn't get too far in Riverdale either. Sabrina, I stayed for the whole ride. Sabrina was perfect.
But Sabrina was
Shout out
good.
Kira.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that was so good.
Sabrina was
And then
so good.
that chick became Marie Moreau. Jazz Sinclair was also in Sabrina, and now she was Marie Moreau in Gen V.
Yes.
Yeah,
Speaking of Marie Monroe.
she looks fundamentally different than how she
Yeah.
looked in that show. But yeah, no, I think the Lanterns, back to Legends, I really feel that I'm excited for this show. I don't think it's going to be a letdown, and I hope they do kind of, even if they don't make it the focus, kind of explore the other colors of the spectrum and like this one means this and this one means that. But it looked pretty good, and it was kind of like a nice little, all right, something to look forward to. Because normally I'm looking forward to these Marvel shows, which we know more are coming, but DC shows are kind of few and far between. So let's hope this one's good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to be a hater, but I really hope it doesn't disappoint. You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready for a good ass DC show or movie now.
Yeah, because Peacemaker can't be the one just carrying the torch.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. 'Cause Peacemaker was good.
He again changed what I thought about John Cena as an actor, and it's not that I really thought he was shit per se, but he really gave a performance where I was like, "Oh, is John Cena getting me right now?"
Because
And
it
I
was
like that
funny too. It was funny too. That's
it
the
was
thing.
funny. I feel bad for people who don't know this show or don't know this character. And one thing I like
Yeah.
about James Gunn is that he will take kind of the most obscure character, and now all of a sudden, like everybody, millions know this person's name. Because Peacemaker's been around for a while, and no one
Yeah.
even remotely knew who that was.
Yeah, no, honestly, I enjoyed Peacemaker. There's gonna be another season coming out, right?
No,
Like,
we don't
Peacemaker's
know.
not done, is it?
Kinda.
No.
It's like he said he's not going to do another one, but the characters will be seen again. You know, that typical, like, we're not done with these characters. We're just done with the show. And I'm like, well, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not done with this relationship. I'm just done with you. And I'm like, what? What's that mean? But so we will see, like, I think him again. Like, again, the way the show ended, and I'm not going to really, spoilers, whatever. I'm not going to go into that. So I'm just going to leave that a little bit vague. But the way that the show ended, that just can't be the end for the character. So
Exactly.
hopefully we'll see him in like a future DCU project. But all we know is that the show might be done, but the characters aren't. That's it.
That is true. I don't know. I enjoyed Peacemaker. I do want more of Peacemaker. Hopefully more than just like a cameo driving by in a truck, which hopefully doesn't happen to the Punisher, but I do
That's
want to see more
exactly what's happening to
Peacemaker, dude.
Punisher.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Like it was I
Well,
didn't
yeah,
think I
okay.
would too. That's the thing. Like we watched and I was like, but no, once we got into it, it was real good. It's
What
really good.
about it did you not think you was gonna like?
I don't know. I think it was just the John Cena thing throwing me off. Because as a kid, I was a big WWE fan.
Yeah.
So I only seen John Cena doing like the stupid fighting, you know what I mean? The STFU and stuff. So like seeing this side of John Cena was just weird to me. It's like
I feel
something
like a
used
lot
to,
of
you know
them
what I
become like
mean?
actors.
They do, yeah, that's true. I mean, WWE is acting at the end of the day, but it's
Yeah,
just like, you know what I mean? I
And
mean,
I
as a
was
kid,
one
I
of
didn't
those
want to
kids
believe
that
it.
used to believe
I
it.
yeah, me too. I didn't want to believe that it was acting. I was like, no, dude, they're not acting.
You know, I remember the moment where I knew 100% it was fake. And I mean, I watched it where I can't remember who the wrestler was, but he was fighting some sort of amateur wrestler in the WWE ring. And the amateur wrestler had a prosthetic leg. And he takes the leg off and starts hitting him with it. And then like, because this guy's family is in the, like, it's his family. His family. So he gets out of the ring and starts taunting the family who are like right there. Like they could touch this guy. And they're just giving the thumbs down boos.
You're like, no, this can't be real. This can't be the
Dude,
reaction.
listen. One thing I could say about Gemma Calendar and one thing I could probably say about Renata is that anybody fucks up their kid in front of them with their old prosthetic leg, my mom, your mom is definitely fucking it up on Nigga's Day. Like, that's it. So, and she's just not giving the boot. Like, here's the thing. Could you imagine? When's the last time truly you've seen someone use their hand to give a thumbs down?
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen in the real world.
What a hilariously weird gesture.
Boo, you're beating my kid with this prosthetic leg. Boo.
I feel we should bring that back. We should we should bring back the thumbs down. That's just we don't need to just save it for Instagram. Let's just bring it back because it is mad funny. And if someone gave me that like thumbs down, I would just die laughing. So I think that needs to come back. That needs to be a thing again.
We should start the trend.
Yeah, dude, listen, are we here to set a trend? So let's
let's
resurrect the thumbs down. They're probably just like, that's lame, bruh.
start going to conventions, just giving thumbs down to people.
No, dude. Fight people at a convention. I don't know. You know what? I've seen a lot of fights on Instagram. You know, that's one of my genres that I look for. I don't think I've seen any. Oh, I did see one at a card convention.
Well, yeah,
Someone
but at a
was-
card convention, they stealing. Yeah, they're always stealing. I
Which
see
is
so many people
crazy.
stealing at these cards. Yeah, but you have to remember, like, some of these cards go for thousands and thousands of dollars.
What's the most
You know what I mean?
expensive one you've ever encountered?
Okay.
Either in real life or online.
Okay, encountered or real life and online. Here's the issue. Here's my problem, because we can go into this. Everybody knows Logan Paul. Okay.
Yeah.
He most recently sold some card online through this bidding thing that kind of just fucked up this Pokemon card market. Because this sold for millions.
No.
And I mean, like,
Proper millions? Like, we're talking about millions? Which
dude,
card was
I
it? Do you know?
I think it was I forgot the name of the card. I forgot which card it was exactly. But the card was a PSA 10, which shouldn't have even been a PSA 10 to begin with, okay? It's just Logan Paul had the pull. You know what I mean? He knew the people at PSA. That's
stop,
what people are
stop.
saying. Yeah,
You can't
dude,
just,
fuck
you
it.
just can't park that there and leave it. Why
that
was it
is.
not why was it not supposed to
Dude,
be
it
a
was
10?
just off. It was just off. Like, you've seen pictures of the card. It was off. It was not a 10. And listen, I'm picky with my cards when I grade them. Sure, I know they're not going to 10 and they come back 10s, but
Yeah,
this
you're a
was
bitch about a
not,
border, and I can't even say
this-
fault you. I fault you on that.
was not a 10. I promise you it was not a 10. And it sold for a ridiculous amount of money. Like, I
So
should
how would
search
they
this up
know
right
it was
now.
Logan
I should search
Paul?
this up.
Listen, you do you. But how did they know? I guess do you give your name when you get shit graded?
No, but like, you just know the people. Like, they know what cards coming in, right? You don't have to give your name, but he just knows the people there, and he's like, "Hey, I'm sending this card in." Like, it's not like this
Oh, I
is.
guess. Like,
Yeah.
I listen. I don't know Logan Paul like that. I assume he probably has the pull to be like, you motherfuckers. He definitely has someone who could get a phone number for him to call and say, I know this is mangled, but give this a 10. So maybe you're right.
That's exactly what happened. Because, dude, even in this live stream, he had this dude talking about this cards, and I'm not gonna lie, this dude didn't know what he was talking about. Some old guy, owned something like maybe some card store or something. Man, it was brutal, and it just fucked the market. I mean,
What does that
for the
mean?
better for some, like, it just the prices of the cards went up so high. I mean, you've seen it. We went to Pokemon card conventions about years ago compared to now. It's so much higher now.
Well, you said years ago. You're making it
Well,
seem...
yeah, but like, it was at least like 4 years ago.
No, really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
nah,
dude.
bro. No, because you were still in school. You haven't been there for 4 years, so you're tripping.
Yes, but we also went before I went to school.
Well, oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, okay. I thought you meant like since we've last been to one. I'm
No,
like,
no. I'm
10
saying when we
years.
first started going.
Well, true. Yeah, you're right.
And you know what I
have
mean?
seen
Like,
some
you could
crazy
have gone,
prices.
yeah, and you could have gone into the hobby then, but now it's just like, dude, you don't have the money for it. Fucking collect rocks or marbles or something, because, dude, these cards are crazy
Because
expensive
the price
now.
of rocks is always going up.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. Sorry, like throwing it back to last episode, but speaking of trailers, I sent it to you, so I really hope you watched it. That X-Men 97 leaked trailer, how crazy was that?
Dude, it was nuts. I'm excited for that. Again, I was never really big into X-Men or DC, but we sat down and we watched that X-Men 97 together, and wow.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
good.
again, I like that you're kind of enjoying everything. You're loving the DC, you're loving the Marvel, like, as
Yeah,
long as
dude,
there's
I'm-
nothing like you hate, even like some of these little independents that end up on Netflix. But watching that trailer, when they do these things and they show these people, I wonder if they want these things to get leaked because most people holding up their phone.
I feel like they do. I feel like they have to.
I mean, listen, that's a free advertising. Instagram, TikTok is pretty much free advertising for these huge companies.
Exactly.
Because if you're filming something, and there has to be some sort of, I'm going to say security, because there was famous people there. So if you definitely have some sort of security, if you're holding it up, your phone, to record the whole trailer, someone had to have seen that and like, no, let this ride. Let's see where this goes.
But that's what I mean. There's no way someone didn't see someone recording. Like that just
Oh,
it
for
just
sure.
can't happen because it has to be swamped with security there when that's happening. Because you're right, famous people were there.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
100%. You know, and if they're giving this exclusive look of the trailer, why would they not, quote unquote, want someone to, to not pirate in it? So
Yeah.
they definitely probably see it. And listen, shout out to them if that's actually what they wanted. And Marvel Studios was just like, let them get this free advertising off their asses. I'm down for it because if I have to wait to see, I mean, I can wait to see this trailer in HD now that I've seen it. But I'm so, I am a huge X-Men fan. That's what kind of got me into comics, Storm being this black woman. That I remember watching this cartoon because, X-Men 97 is a revival of a show from the 90s. And I remember watching that as a kid and my mom, and I was like, I remember seeing Storm, but she was kind of light skinned and she had that white hair. So going to my mom, I'm like, mom, come here. And she came and I was like, is this a black woman? And she just, listen, my mom was very proper, but she was always down to clown every so often. So she kind of stood there with this like puzzled look on her face and she just waited for her to talk. And I think this is at the point where it was like season 2, because I didn't watch it, I think, for season 1. So it was Alison Seeley Smith, who was a black woman. And once my mom heard her talk, she's like, Storm, mistress of the elements. She's like, yeah, that's.
Lightning, deliver this place from darkness!
She looked at me and goes, that's a black woman. I was like, oh. Because, everybody's like, I love Wolverine. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Wolverine's a bad motherfucker. I can't fault someone for loving Wolverine. But I was like, Storm controls Earth.
Yeah.
It's like she's just weather. I'm like, no, it's the whole fucking planet. On any planet. If you saw the trailer, it looked like there was a part where she was controlling the atmosphere of a sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, give credit to these people bringing this show back. The old show, it was the 90s. Animation is whatever it is. You couldn't do like the special effects. So sometimes I think the powers looked a little bit hokey. And there was moments where, especially like what should be the baddest characters ended up being like the weakest, or just appeared to be the weakest. Like anytime Jean used telepathy, she would be, oh, she couldn't take her own powers. And I'm like, seems kind of like a little bit of a plot hole here that she can do crazy shit, but she also gets like soups tired.
Maybe I can read its mind, get some idea.
Well, here's the thing. So from watching that trailer, who are you excited to see?
Well, obviously Apocalypse. Apocalypse being back. He sounds black, but being back is awesome. One of my favorite villains. I want to hear the new voice. Because I get that this show has been long enough where some of the voices, people get older, they don't sound as similar as they used to, even though a couple of them did get their main roles back. So I get that. But I'm kind of curious what the new voice sounds like. We heard a little bit at the end of the first season. We heard him say, it was a little thing, but the old voice was perfect. One thing X-Men, like the OG animated series, got was the accents were perfect. Anytime I read a comic, I'm listening to these guys in these accents,
Yeah. Well, I know you do that.
But so I kind of wish, and again, I don't know if the guy's still alive. I'm sure ChatGPT does, but that old voice had that kind of powerful, like, like, I am Apocalypse. You're like, oh shit.
I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken!
Like, you watch things in animation, but you then kind of have to think, if this was real, Apocalypse would be the scariest. Like, what do you do?
Well, Apocalypse is that guy, you know what I mean? So I'm
for the X-Men.
excited to see what's gonna happen here with him. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also excited to see some of the new people that they're adding, because again, like a lot of the old stuff is probably going to apply to this new stuff. There's storylines that I think they're going to explore, but there's a whole bunch of new teams. And especially where everybody, we saw this season finale where everybody kind of ended up in different points in time. So there's
Yeah.
like an ancient Egypt team that Magneto's going to run with Beast and Rogue and Beast, Rogue, Nightcrawler, and Bishop. Then there's going to be the team that's in the future. So that's Jean Grey, Wolverine, Morph, Scott Summers, and I think Storm's there with them too, which is kind of cool. I like to see these separations of these two teams at different points in time, you know?
Yeah, and they're obviously gonna get together again somehow, some way. So I'm excited
Oh,
to
for
see
sure.
that.
Like, and that's like, because then they kind of, there was stuff not even leaked in the trailer. There was official images released that showed what all the teams are going to be. So the X Corp team, I think, is when I assume most of this season is going to be a half and half thing. So half of the season is going to be past future shit. Then other half is going to be, okay, what's going on now? What's popping now? And that's where that X Corp team comes in, because that's Cyclops, Jean, Rogue, Polaris, which is Magneto's daughter. So she's going to be I guess a main player this season. Nightcrawler, Beast, and Bishop. So those are the guys who I guess eventually come back, or whatever's happening. They're going to be the main team.
What's Magneto's daughter's power?
So kind of, okay, so just to run through this, because again, I'm not going to go fully into canon because it goes up and down. It is, and all this kind of shit. But essentially, Magneto's always had 3 kids. The Scarlet Witch, so like, you know what you've seen in the DCU movies,
Yeah.
the Scarlet Witch. Then there was Quicksilver, the one who could run real fast, her brother. They were twins. And then he had Polaris, or Polaris, or however you want to pronounce her name. But she has the same magnetic powers as him. So the others
Oh,
had different
shit.
original powers, but she's got, listen, don't sleep on her because they are, again, she's Magneto's daughter. The only problem with her in most of the comics is that she's famously insane.
Oh, you know what though? That makes it interesting. That makes it
Right?
interesting.
But it seems like what's with
I'm here
Magneto
for
having
that.
crazy daughters? Because like Scarlet Witch was also crazy as cat shit. I'm not saying like Pietro was not like normal, the Quicksilver, but he just seems to have really crazy ass powerful daughters. But so she's gonna be huge this season. Then they're also doing like X-Force. So I assume how this is going to work. Again, we don't really know so much about what's happening this season, just a vague idea. But what I assume is while we're in that half or however long season where there is the future team and the past team, the current main team on like I guess Earth is gonna be X-Force. So that's gonna be Cable, Jubilee, Sunspot. These are all people we saw in that first season. But then they're gonna add characters like Archangel, Psylocke, which I'm super down to see. Those characters are super cool. I know you played Marvel Rivals, so I believe Psylocke's in there. Is
Yeah.
she not a character in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
is
don't think
she?
she is.
I don't think she is. No,
I'll
she is.
double
She
check.
is. She is. She is.
Oh
She is.
yeah,
She
okay.
is.
Is she in there?
Yeah, but dude, I played Marvel Rivals when it first came out. The amount of characters that game has now is fucking mental.
Which is great. I don't play the game
Yeah,
myself,
it's
but I keep seeing that they keep adding characters, and I'm
all
like,
the
yeah,
time.
that looks cool. I
All the
think we
time. All the
recently
time.
just added Cyclops.
Yes. Was
Cool.
this?
I think
Yeah, I think so. I'm not. Don't quote me on that 100% because I haven't really been on that game. I played a bit at your house, but yeah, dude, they keep adding characters. They stay adding people.
why wouldn't they? Like,
I
give them
guess that's
everybody.
true. Yeah.
Like, I mean, if we get Jeff the fucking land shark, how can I not have like
He was one of
whoever?
the first characters, by the way. He was in there since day one.
And because they love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, one thing Disney, which owns Marvel, fully knows is you always got to throw something cute in there. Give me
Yeah,
something
definitely.
cute. Like, you always got to have your badass characters, your chick characters. Like, you got a little sprinkle of everybody. But there's always got to be a cutie patootie to get sales and to market to children. You know, I say children, but I don't
True.
mean children.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why wouldn't they? Especially, I think as the X-Men's like the season 2 starts coming out, they're gonna put in. I don't know who's there right now, but they're gonna definitely bombard you with new X-Men characters for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, 100%. They're definitely gonna do it. I mean, they already have a good amount of them in there.
I mean, if they add more, that might actually get me on it. They're like, well,
Yeah, I
this
want to
guy's
see
in
some of
it.
the villains in there.
Yeah, that'd be. Listen, the villains were always my thing. Even though as far as teams go, X-Men are. I mean, the tits for me. Like, those are the ones that are like, you can't get. People are like, I like the Avengers. I like Batman and his little people, like cool. All that shout out to the Bat family, but I'll say X-Men is my main team. I don't think
Yeah.
there's a team that I care more about than them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got me into
You've told
this.
me that since day one. I remember when they first announced that X-Men show, you were like going crazy for it.
I fell out that day, man. I don't know what to tell you. At first I thought it was like a prank. At first I thought it was like, I'm like, who can co-sign this right the fuck now? Because it's picking up right where that old show got left off. And that's what like got me into comics. After that, I was like, and I always was a kid who could draw. So once that kind of like those two fused together, I remember going to my mom, I was like, we have to go. And my mom was very diligent. And this is before you could just like simply pull your phone out and be like, hey, where's the nearest comic book store, Siri? But she found this place called the Book Nook with this old, kind of like Britishish woman. And I say British-ish woman because it was just a weird way of speaking, but I didn't know if it was British. Like she called this the show Spawn or the book Spawn. She would say, Spawn. Oh, you like Spawn. I'm like, yeah, I guess I like some Spawn. But like when I say it, it sounds Swedish, but like it was like a weird British. And I remember when shit you not, we went in there and I said, I want this X-Men comic. Do you have any with Storm? And she looked at me and I don't know how old I was, but I wasn't double digits yet. And she grabbed her tits. She goes, oh, could you like to see these?
Wow.
He was old as hell too. So I remember like me and my mom laughed this off because this was the 90s where like obviously predators existed, but it wasn't like nowadays where everybody's just like, I'm offended. I think she was just making a joke that
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
land as well. But in hindsight, I was like, listen, the titties did not play a part. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does help.
Yeah,
If we have the
obviously.
option for big ass titties or no big ass titties, I think most people would be like, yeah, rub those big ass titties. Like if that, it's not what I'm here for, but it definitely doesn't hurt my case. So I
That's
don't
a
know.
lot of
It's
what the comics had, so
well, I mean, listen, I went to art school for comic book school, and it was, yeah, that's what sells. We always know sex sells, and we think of superheroes to look a certain way. This is why I think Homelander had that muscle suit going on. It was what it was, but at least for me, with watching this X-Men trailer and getting back into this season 2 without, like, I think Bo DeMeo worked on it, but he's obviously not tied to the project anymore. But he brought this shit back in a way that made it relevant for today. We're looking at these powers getting an upgrade, and I really want to see, because most of the time in the old series, there would be cameos, but there wasn't much they could do. So it was kind of like you'd see, I think Psylocke was in one episode. Again, I think a potential cameo. But if she's going to be a main character, I can't wait to see those powers in action. I think, I think that's going to be perfect. Hopefully they don't mess it up, you know?
yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it to come out. When does that come out? When does the new season come out?
This summer. So we're going to get something soonish.
But we
I
don't have a
just can't
date yet,
recall.
right?
Sorry?
We don't have a date yet.
I don't think we do, but I think it's just in the summer, but I could be wrong about that. Also too, which I kind of noticed in that trailer, is that we get the X Factor team. So there's going to be Havoc, which is Cyclops' brother. We've seen most of these characters in the OG series, I think, for their one episode cameo. They don't come in too often. But that team's going to have Havoc, which is Cyclops' brother. Polaris, which I mentioned before, she's going to be on that team, I guess, until the X-Men get back to present day. Then there's going to be Wolfsbane. She kind of has these like lycanthropy powers where she can like turn into various degrees of werewolf. Which
Shit.
I can't tell if that's a shit power or a good power.
I mean, there's definitely better powers out there, right? I think
For
that's
sure,
that's the
100%.
issue. If that's a power I had to choose, I mean, I'm taking it. But if that's the only thing that's on
I
the
think I would
table,
take 80, I'm going to say 89% of powers out there. It's better to have a power than not have a power, but some of them are like, nah, you keep that. I don't really want that.
Ooh, what's a power you wouldn't take?
Ooh, this is the one that initially came into my mind, but under retrospect, I'm like, maybe that won't suck. There's a character in Marvel called Maggot, and essentially his powers are his digestive system is too worms that can eat anything and then can come back into his body.
Okay, so what made you change your mind to take that power? Because
Because they can
that
eat
sounds like it
anything.
sucks.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's definitely a way to make money off that for sure. You know what I mean? Like, if you can do that, I could chew my way. I'm like, yo, because he named them Eeny Meeny. So, like, the Eeny Meeny Miny Mo. So I'm like, Eeny, Meeny. Crawl, like, because they can eat through anything. So I'm gonna, like, eat through this bank vault. And I want to
I
be like, yo, go straight to steal it, but I also want to like dance like Bojangles for these people. Let me use these two worms because you either going to be a sideshow or you have to steal. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, that's true. I mean, that's the only way you're making money.
they're
And let's
true.
be
I
honest,
mean,
you can't have powers and be broke, so
most superheroes are broke. Like
which
when
is
you
so
think
weird
about
to me. So
it,
weird
is
to me.
weird. But I guess like if you're Spider-Man, but see, Spider-Man was just lazy because he's a genius. But I don't know. I'm gonna think one of the broke ones. Who's like one of the broke ass ones off top? Because I always do go to Spider-Man because he's always like, I take pictures. I'm like, that's cool, but like,
Yeah.
what about being in like a track star or working in the NFL or you have like any sport you're gonna dominate. You could
But
choose
yeah, that's
any.
which is weird to me how he's the broke one. Because Spider-Man's also
Yeah,
fucked up smart.
yeah, he's a genius. So
But that's what I
it's
mean. How
like,
are you that smart and that broke?
yeah, go invent something.
Yeah,
You know,
clearly you can't be that smart.
yeah, go and invent something. You have to be able to invent something.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there is a lot of broke, superheroes out there or not like government funded, which again, going back to this trailer, X Factor is like kind of government funded. Cause do you remember Valerie Cooper from the first season? She was kind of like the liaison. She's the one who freed
No.
Magneto and made that
Okay.
perfect scene.
Yeah.
The perfect scene where fucking Mr. Sinister calls Bastion just to say, no hello, by the way. There's no hello, there's no goodbye. He just calls him on this futuristic watch phone that creates a hologram. And he says,
That human wretch let Magneto out. She's lost her mind.
click.
I remember her now.
That was the perfect scene because no hello, no goodbye, no what's good. It's just this is what happened. Done. So
Goodbye. See you later.
she's the
Hang up.
government. So it's almost a borderline prank call, but it's like, no, I guess she did do that shit because I see what's happening in the sky.
Yeah. Nah.
But she's gonna be the government liaison to X Factor. So she won't be leading it, but she'd
Okay.
be kind of like, I guess, trying to lead it because you know how the government works.
Overseeing.
Yeah, but she's there
Yeah.
too. And then you have Multiple Man, Jamie Madrox. He again makes multiples of himself, which is a cool power. His power, you know what I kind of like about Marvel is they will give you powers that are dope, but there's a little caveat to them. And I think Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man, is a perfect one.
What's the caveat
So,
there?
well, so let me tell you how it works, and I'll tell you how the caveat works. So essentially, he can create duplicates of himself. So, multiple cues just surrounding things.
Mm-hmm.
What is really cool about them is that he has done this where he has sent his duplicates to go out into the world, learn different skills, and then when he reabsorbs them, he now has that skill. So like if he sends one to become a great mathematician, once he reabsorbs that one, he will then be a great mathematician. Jamie Prime. So it's kind of like Invincible, how like Kate's ones. Like, I don't think, does Kate reabsorb hers? I don't know how that works. Like, they just all get hacked to pieces. But when he reabsorbs his, he regains that knowledge. The
That's actually really
caveat is,
sick.
right, I think that's dope. But the caveat is that they don't always want to come back.
Oh.
So some of them go out and make like lives for themselves, and he has to like round up these motherfuckers and be like, listen, I know you're a priest now, but you gots to go. Also, too, sometimes, not often, but sometimes he'll get a duplicate that's like an aspect of his personality. So he'll get like one that's just low-key crazy.
Oh shit.
So
The
that's
crazy
what
one's
I'm
not
saying.
coming back for sure.
Well, no, the crazy one's gonna come and fuck with you, which is even
Yeah.
worse. He's not doing a runner. He's coming back to ruin your day just because he's,
Yeah.
So, So I mean, I like that, but I kind of look at this. I'm like, because at first I'm like, yeah, that's great. I want that power. Then I'm like, I don't know anymore because I mean, I hope that I'm superhero enough to fight a crazy version of me, but I feel like that motherfucker's just taking me down before I know it. So,
Yeah, no, definitely. That's the worst part. Because imagine dying to your duplicate. Imagine that's how you go out.
you know what? Like, I guess isn't that like Loki's suicide? But um,
Actually, yeah.
I would rather that happen than I get like shot by a kid or a woman. And it's not like a gender thing, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I killed my crazy duplicate killed me. Wild story to tell in heaven, if that's where I
Yeah,
go.
I guess. But yeah, I mean,
You
I
know?
also feel like if you have superpowers, you're not going to heaven.
Well, no, I think most of the X-Men, like, in their hearts are good people. Sometimes they got to do fuck. Like, every X-Men has killed someone. All
But that's what I
superheroes,
mean.
think of any superhero and they've definitely killed someone. And that's like on canon. That's not speculation. Every superhero, any superhero more or less you could think about, I'm sure there's a few who haven't, but has killed someone. In some universe and somewhere in the multiverse. But it is what it is when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I feel sometimes motherfuckers just die in the heat of battle. Or some motherfuckers have to get got. If I'm fighting an apocalypse and I do have the option to kill him, I'm gonna kill him. You gonna let that guy live?
Well, according to the Bible, thou shalt not kill, so you're not going to heaven, my friend. But at least the apocalypse is dead, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess there's no asterisk, or it's like, unless you kill Apocalypse. You shouldn't kill him, but I mean, but then again, we've all, like, what is that? Well, again, we're not going to dive into the Bible because we'd be here all day. But it's kind of like, I guess, like, it's kind of vague there because what if I want to fly? It doesn't say thou should not kill other humans. It just says thou
You're
should not
fucked.
kill.
You're
So I
fucked.
guess,
Enjoy
yeah, I
hell.
guess we're all just fucked, Like, heaven's pretty empty. Hell's just popping, has been hotel shit.
That'd
Sealing
be
off
fun,
this
though.
X-Men, also too on that X Factor team. So again, Havoc, Polaris, Wolfsbane, Multiple Man, Val Cooper, and then Strong Guy. And his powers are he's a fucking strong guy. So,
Yeah, I figured that one out. Don't worry.
so it is what it is. I'm excited to see those guys actually have better speaking roles. We saw them in the original animation series. Great cameos. We liked it. But it's kind of like, give me more to their story. Give me explore the deep kind of love triangle that happens here. So I'm down for this. Again, anything X-Men. You could have Storm reading a book, especially in her voice. She'd be like, once upon a time. Like, I'm here for it. So, anything they do, I'm probably gonna just love on the face of it. But yeah, dude, a lot of crazy trailers that came out.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm ready. I'm hyped. And I'll be back so we can watch that together. So don't be
Oh,
watching it
we're
without
definitely
me.
watching it together. We may even need to watch party.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm down for it.
Ooh.
Let's take a quick break and then we're gonna discuss the boys.
Cool.
Special guest, Soldier Boy.
Fab Five Freddy told me everybody's fly. DJ spinning, I said, my. Flash is fast, Flash is cool. Francois Sapah, Flash ain't no dude.
And we're back. So moving into Split Fiction, dude. The boys finale.
The boys are done. Oh, man.
And they are done. So how did you feel about, like, listen, I've been seeing everything online about this. And I don't think we've had the most divisive piece of finale for a chopped up sentence, but I don't think we've seen anything since, like, what was the last one? Game of Thrones. It has to be since Game of Thrones. It's either you're on one side of the camp or the other. It's either you loved it or you fucking hated it. You're like, they lied to us. The internet's just going crazy over rest in peace Homelander memes because everybody's like, oh, they're done now. I'm like, we are going to have these still for years. But besides memes, I'm just seeing a lot of people having mixed reviews on this. So I'm curious what you thought.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Okay, everyone on the internet's going to hate an ending regardless because the show's done.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some people love an ending, but yeah, no, I'm with you.
I'm not going to lie. It was good, but I wanted more. I feel like Mother's Milk didn't get his closure. You know, he didn't get to fight Soldier Boy. The fact that we didn't see Soldier Boy in the ending too, I mean, I know he's coming back in Vought Rising. Or, sorry, The Boys Mexico. So I know they can't kill him, but I don't know, the fact that he just wasn't there for the ending was a bit off.
Yeah, but what would you have wanted him to do? Because a lot of people are saying that too, but I feel like what would he have done? He just would have been another obstacle to fight. So it's either we would have seen him get killed or what? Because he can't just be walking around. What would the closure have been to his storyline if he was just not killed?
I know, but just to be part of the fight. Honestly, I wouldn't have even hated Soldier Boy fighting Homelander as well at the end there.
Like turning on him?
Yeah.
But
It's
then
just,
that would
it
have
was just
defeated
dumb to me
everything
that
that
we didn't get to
Kimiko
see
did. Like
him.
they just give a double blast.
I know, that's true, but I don't know, man. It's just like not seeing him in the finale was just weird to me. Another one that I really thought we were gonna see is Maeve, but
Yeah, but
I
see,
actually
the
read
actress,
something on that. She stopped
yeah, so
acting, right? She retired. That's
she
why.
retired, which
Yeah,
again, I don't know what it's like to be an actor, but it's like, how could you retire from that? If I had the opportunity to just play whoever for the
for
rest
one
of
more
my day,
episode, but even
yeah,
one
I
more
would do it.
episode, like, and
And
they're
you
paying you
know, I
big money for that
love
shit too.
May.
Yeah,
Take
and
your
especially
fucking
it's like,
twink and get out.
Take your fucking twink and get the fuck out of here!
You know, it was one of those things where I really enjoyed her character. I really thought she was really good. It was top
and here's
Maeve
the
line.
thing. Here's the thing. The fact that she said she's retiring, they would have paid her ass more to come back for that final episode.
Oh no,
So
they probably
I don't know,
wouldn't
man.
have.
I
Because
think they would
I
have.
guess going back into it, what a lot of people hated is that the posters didn't match the finale. And even if you go to the boys comic ending, there was way more soups there than what was in the show. So it was kind of like people were saying in the posters you saw Homelander and there was like almost looked like either nukes were going off or some sort of explosion he could see from space. There was also a poster where Vought Tower was burnt to the ground. And even like, you know, how Billy's like scorched earth. So they keep kind of bringing it up, but there wasn't really scorched earth. And one of the things I read that Anthony Starr, the Homelander actor, said was like, "We're not Marvel. We don't have Marvel money." I'm like, I'm gonna have to Google this or ChatGPT this. I don't know who has more money, Bezos money or Disney money. I feel
No,
it's
it's gotta be
probably
Disney,
close.
dude.
You
It's gotta be
think?
Disney.
I don't know, dude. This Bezos guy's crazy. So he's got mad loot. So I think he's
That's
like the Scrooge
true.
McDuck of like today. So I don't know, maybe, but again, I'll double check that later. But they were like, we don't have the budget to do this crazy Marvel ending. We can't just bring everybody in. We can't just have it like everything's shot to shit because we don't have that CGI budget, which is fair. I get it. I'm like, okay, cool. If that's the truth, I'm gonna be inclined to believe you. But it left people thinking there was gonna be more destruction and there wasn't.
Yeah, I see that too. Like, I don't know, another thing that I kind of felt off about was the fact that the last 3, 4 episodes they started showing us Gen V characters, and like, where the fuck were they?
But here's the thing, and I'm with you.
And
I'm with you on
especially
that.
that Gen V is done. You know what I mean? Like the fact that they like just canceled a Gen V. And like you bring them for like an episode or two, and they're just not in the finale doing nothing. Like I don't know, that's pretty fucking dumb.
Well, they're supposed to be in the. They're supposed. What Eric Kripke said, like the creator of this, he said that these characters aren't done yet. We're going to see these characters again. They're going to go. Something's going to happen with them. It's just that the Gen V show is done with. I guess with proper writing, you could have progressed it into something where they become their own team or something, whatever, whoever they need to fight. But are we going to really watch these guys go to school after all this stuff?
Listen,
Like,
I
how are
was
we gonna-
loving. Well, I was loving Gen V. You know that. I was.
Oh, I was too. It was a great show. I thought there was no character there that I disliked, but and they did big up Marie Monroe a lot. But if we were to see Marie Monroe be the one to take down Homelander, I think people would be pissed. I think a lot of people would have been cheesed with that. It had to be Billy versus Homelander.
And no, it definitely had to be. But the whole point of like showing us Marie and Jordan and doing nothing with them in the finale is just dumb. I don't know. I had hope that they were going to be there and they were going to do something.
I would have liked, again, with clever writing to make them do something, but what could they have done other than drive a van to Canada, which is a shitty exit from the series? But what could they have done? Because we knew it was going to be Annie versus the Deep. We knew
Yeah.
that was happening, which I see why people are kind of mad with this because there was a lot of plot holes where, like, Annie didn't know that he was excommunicado from the sea. So she just kind of flies him to where he would be the strongest, you know? Why are you so close to the
Yeah.
ocean? But whatever, I'm going to pretend like that's a fluke. But his death was also kind of weird.
Yeah. It
'Cause
was weird, but I don't know, not really.
what was weird for me is that it wasn't because of because the previous episode we saw the perfect cameo of Samuel Jackson playing a hammerhead shark.
You understand, you dumb motherfucker? Water is fucking off limits to you.
He was like,
Yeah.
don't bring your ass in the water, motherfucker. And so that was because of the pipeline that Black Noir sabotaged and
Mhm.
blamed somehow with the fish blamed it on Kevin. It's like, I don't know how that works because the fish are like, we know it was you, Kevin. I'm like, how would you know that? Like, you know what Kevin looks like. Some fish must have saw Black Noir do that, which again shows you how durable Black Noir and the Deep are. They are super durable, I guess. But it turned in the finale, his death was like justice for Ambrosius, and they're like, say her name, say my name, say my name. They're like, say her name, justice for Ambrosius. I'm like, how did y'all hear about that? Who told? She died in a fucking closet.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I like that the fish got the revenge in the deep.
Oh, for sure. I didn't hate that, and I kind of saw as soon as that hammerhead shark said that shit, I'm like, so we know how this guy's gonna die. It wasn't like it was
we knew, yeah.
But it's also like, but the deep can't swim faster than these fish. Like he's just like all of a sudden a normal guy. It's like, dude, swim. You could like I've seen you swim. You could be on land in like 2.3 seconds. What's going on? Again,
Yeah.
you can't nitpick the shit out of it because they're like, we don't have the time, we don't have the budget, we got to put a lid on this pot. So I can't be too mad at them, but there was these little plot holes.
Yeah, but okay, one thing they did good was the Homelander ending. I personally enjoyed it.
So you
I
like
think-
the way that Billy,
I like
he
the way
got
he died.
depowered?
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like the thing that quote unquote made Homelander God was his powers. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So he didn't just lose a fight. It's like he lost his powers, just making him a regular guy. And I feel like at that point, for the next 2-3 minutes, he was alive with no powers. That sucked.
Well,
You
not
know
just
what I
that.
mean?
When you think about it, he's never been hit that hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just never. And people are like, oh, he turned into a pussy. I'm like, have you ever been punched in the face? I mean,
Yeah.
really punched in the face with all the force and the vigor of a man whose wife you sexually assaulted? Like, I can't think of a harder punch. So
Yeah.
you got the shit kicked out of you for the first time in your adult life, because if you've been punched in the face, you sure don't want another, you know? You don't want to have that happen again. So that's why he's like, oh, he's like, please. And then you know this guy's not just going to beat your ass. His whole intent is to kill you. Which I'm like, why did you even throw that punch? You should have just ran. I would have liked this to turn into like a Benny Hill scare where it's like, where Billy's just chasing Homelander around the White House. But he had to get God in some certain way. I appreciate the crowbar to the head being a kind of a nod to the comic book ending. But what else could they have done? A lot of people weren't a huge fan of that either. And they're like, oh, he lost all his aura. I'm like, but he's going to die. And there's one thing like
he's gonna lose his aura anyways. You don't have aura when you're dead, so and we
But
knew
it's not
him
just-
and Butcher weren't coming
It's
out
not
alive.
just that. You've seen the lengths that this man would do to live forever. And then you're all of a sudden shocked that he turns into a
Yeah.
bitch when he doesn't get that. And he's going to die right now. But apparently Anthony
exactly.
Starr improvised that whole like, I'll eat your shit on live TV line. Which if that is true, shout out to him because he was ready to do anything. He's like, I'll suck your dick, I'll eat your shit on live TV.
Yeah.
Which would have been, imagine they did that. I feel like the boys comic probably would have done that over the show. But
Well,
I'm not I'm not pissed off at how Homelander died. It was, again, little inconsistencies here and there that he just couldn't fly away. Like we saw him catching up with A-Train. We saw this guy flying. And listen, I actually ask ChatGPT, because you remember the part where there was like this Elon Musk kind of parody guy, the billionaire guy,
Yeah.
which by the way, Elon Musk said the show was gay because of that.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. That's so funny.
He's like, they're gay. Because they got you, bitch. But, seeing that, you remember when Homelander flew him to space?
Yeah.
I literally asked ChatGPT because I was like, how, because it was like 3 seconds. I counted it. So Homelander had to been a moving, Mach 97, which is 33.3 kilometers a second. That's how fast Homelander would have had to have been to throw that, like to put that guy in space and come back. So I'm like, you couldn't outrun Billy?
Yeah.
You were keeping up with A-Train. You couldn't outrun Billy?
Well, here's the thing. Like, if that was the case, there was no way of him dying because at that point he can escape anything. You know what I mean?
I
They had to
know,
find
and
some
again, we're
way
at
to
the
kill
end, so I
him.
guess you do have like you don't want to pick the shit out of it, but it's
Yeah.
it's like even when Ashley was trying to talk to her back half, and I guess it wasn't working out. I'm like, Homelander's right there. You're telling me he can't hear you, he can't see what's going on, but it had to end. We couldn't overdo it. You know what was my big thing, and I think I didn't tell you this because I was waiting for this, but my biggest thing was Sister Sage. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I thought it was funny though.
Oh, it was funny. You're not wrong. But all of a sudden, she gets depowered, and her power is education. You know what I'm saying? Like she's got some
Yeah,
solid
she's
book
just
learning.
dumb
And then
all
all
of
of
a
a sudden
sudden.
she just becomes ghetto. I'm like, now Sister Sage is depowered, so she's not so bright no more, but now she gets ghetto. And she
Yeah.
seems to be happier. But I was like, what's this? What's this writing? What's happening? You know, I was waiting for it to be like, Lordy, Lordy, Lord, and just start like tap dancing and shit. But it was, I didn't want her to, I didn't want her to die. So I'm glad she kind of had her little happy ending where she's like, oh, all of a sudden I'm not so smart. I'm not, to actually think about it though, you know what's the biggest like disbelief of the boys is how can Sage have been introduced in season 4? Vought knows her power is literally smartest person alive. Not smartest woman, not smartest like Negro. She is the smartest human being on the entire planet. And you're telling me you would let her be in some shitty apartment smelling of farts?
Yeah, that's
How is she not like in every lab? Like you're trying to again do something with the Gen V, sorry, with the Compound V. We saw them Billy lasering motherfuckers with a baby. So and then Sage Grove Center where Lamplighter was burning niggas and shit. So we know you were trying to do something. And you're telling me you knew Sage existed and you didn't do anything about it? You're just like, no, she's just too uppity with no water in the office. Like that to me is
she's
the
too
biggest plot
smart.
hole
She's
of the
too
entire
smart. Yeah.
of the entire series. Why was she not working for Vought day one, number one? She should have left. But I do like that she didn't die. I like that Ashley
Yeah.
didn't die. I like that Ashley did the right thing at the end. I
Yeah.
like that
Yeah. She so full on said fuck it and just started running. Yeah.
which was perfect scene. They're like, Madam Vice
Yeah.
President, she's just booking it.
Yeah.
Just to save these dummies. But we knew she was kind of like that because again in season 3, at the end of season 3, where she erased that May footage, I was like, she's a good person. Like she just doesn't know how to act right, and I guess she's kind of scared. But it was what it was. I didn't hate the ending at all. I thought it was okay. I appreciate the. How did you feel about Huey killing Butcher?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to next. Butcher had to die. We knew that Butcher and Homelander weren't making it out there. You know what I mean? And like Butcher
Did you
had
think
this
Butcher
thing
was going to
from
get killed by Homelander, like a
like
last
I thought it
minute
was
thing?
gonna be I thought it was gonna be like a double kill. You know what I mean? At least what I thought. Like,
Okay.
Butcher's whole thing, like from the start, he was saying, "Oh, we need to save the world from these monsters." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like he just had a thing for all soups in general, not just Homelander.
Mhm.
And that was the problem. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like Huey had to stop him at that point, and it just is what it is. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it because
Okay.
I knew Butcher was gonna die. I'm pretty sure we
Yeah.
all did. Like, let's be honest. So I don't know. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate
What'd
it
you
either. I
think?
mean, I was expecting it just kind of based on the comic book ending. So I guess we can fully talk about this. And I remember specifically not speaking to, like, we spoke about the Homelander, Black Noir being a clone of Homelander part, but we didn't really touch on how the boys actually ended. Where in the comics, and I know you kind of read through a little bit of them, but essentially in the comics, Billy kills all of the other boys.
Really? Oh,
Oh, dude. Yeah. So he decides that he needs to kill all the soups, like in the show, but he also knows these motherfuckers ain't gonna let me kill all the soups. So first of all, he gets Frenchie and Kimiko. Where, well, I'm gonna say, I think he got. So you remember the legend, the old dude that Homelander let live? He's
yeah.
just like, yeah. So he's a comic book character as well. He looks a lot different, but Love Sausage too, the dude with the big dick. Remember the like prehensile dick dude?
Yeah, you can't forget that guy.
You sure can't. But in the comics, that dude was their friend. Like they were cool with that guy, and his dick was huge, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like a snake or some fucking cough from the Jungle Book shit. But he was their homies, and Billy killed both of them first. Then he moved on to Frenchie and Kimiko and blew them the fuck up. Then he goes on to Mother's Milk and fucking essentially blows him up too. But I mean, I think he shoots him or stabs him. So all these characters die. He just murders his whole team because he knows they won't let him do what he feels he needs to do. So it kind of came down to him and Huey, and Huey eventually got the better hand of him. I don't want to like say how, but he wins and Billy dies. So I was expecting that, but I was also nervous that that's the ending we were going to get in this series where Billy just kills everybody.
Yeah, having some of the boys live was nice.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, Amazon's not trying to put too much of a bow on it. They want to be like, just in case we need these characters again, even though Eric Kripke said Annie and Huey are done. Like their storyline is concluded, but we may see some of the other characters in other projects. Cool, down for that. But I think it's just like I'm kind of low key a sucker for a happy ending now. Maybe it's just like I'm just old now and I want people to be happy. But I didn't want all of them because I thought about it like, imagine Mother's Milk just never sees his fucking kid again. Never sees Janine, never sees his
Yeah.
wife. It's just done.
Well, then speaking of happy endings, though, how did you feel about Annie? Annie and Huey's ending.
I thought that was great. You know, Annie's still out there fighting crime whenever she can. She's up the duff. It's good for her. Well, listen, the one thing I thought was stupid is that they were naming the baby Robin. No, I don't know. Maybe like, listen, Annie's probably a better bitch than me, but all I'm saying, if I were her, I'm like, nah, we're not naming this after your dead fucking girlfriend. That's weird. I'm not naming my child after your dead girlfriend. That's too much for me. Maybe I'm a fucking asshole for that, but I'm like, nah. And especially like, whose idea was that? Because if it was Annie's, I
It
guess
had to have
that's
been
cute. But
Huey's. I mean, it wasn't Annie's idea.
dude, could you imagine? I would stab this
It can't be
motherfucker. I
Annie's.
would be like, you want to
Yeah,
what?
there's just no fucking way.
You
No,
want to name
no
my
fucking
kid
way.
after a girl you stuck your dick in? I would lose my mind. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that
Listen.
nonsense. If
And
I
her
was 80,
flying away too like that while being pregnant? No, that baby's
What?
gonna come out a bit special. Her flying away like that, blasting off to fight
Oh
crime
no,
while
that
pregnant?
baby's
No.
definitely, listen. If we see that baby again in some later project, that baby's gonna have powers.
Well,
Zero
they'll
chance
definitely
that
have
baby's
powers,
just like a
but
regular person.
well, it can't be. No way survives that.
I mean, I guess, but here's the thing. Like
I wonder how that
Annie,
works. Yeah.
no, she's definitely, we've seen her take that, I think it was like 50 caliber bullet in season 1 and it just knocked her down. It really didn't do anything to her. So she's definitely durable. We know she's durable. We saw in the finale where she fell with the deep. You like, even if you can move at those speeds and land and you don't have strong durability, you're fucked. And she just got right back up. So we know she's
Yeah.
durable. So I assume her uterus is probably like steel. That's a titanium uterus.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
You know, cast iron uterus. I don't see it being one of the things where the baby's like jostling around. Like, what the fuck's happening out there? I assume if we see these guys again, they're definitely going to have powers. So those guys are done. But I like that Mother's Milk remarried his wife. He adopted Ryan. That's cute. Billy
Yeah.
asked him, I think, in season 4 to do that, and he lived up to that. He's like, yeah, okay, I got you. I don't know, though. I'll tell you what, though. I'd be like, yo, do you think Mother's Milk sat him down and was like, so don't fuck my daughter? Because those are two people who are not related, living in the same house like that. I'm like, ooh. I mean,
Don't
let's
do it.
pretend Ryan.
Yeah.
Let's just pretend like in this universe, like they're not interested in each other. But I don't know. I could definitely see a parent be like, this might be a little bit of a sticky wicket here, bringing this kid into my house. But he has no superpower, so at least you know if that does go down, you could beat his ass now. And he does know what an ass whooping feels like, so he's not keen for another. So maybe it's not worth it, and hopefully, like they're happy if we see those characters again. I would like to see Ryan again, but if he has no powers, there's really no point.
Yeah,
We
I
don't
don't
need
want
him
to see
to
Ryan
turn
with no
up.
powers. There's just no point in
Yeah,
that.
he would just be
Some regular
annoying.
kid going to what, high school? Like, no thanks.
Well, no, like I don't want him to like. What can he offer? Like he shows up in like the boys Mexico, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm here
I'm
now."
still
Just like,
alive, yeah.
you know,
Start
my
jumping up
dad
in the
was
air like
Homelander.
Homelander. Yeah,
And they're like,
go
"Who the fuck cares?" I'm like, "You dad." So I don't know. But I have to say, like, I wasn't super disappointed with the ending. I didn't
Nah.
think it was that bad.
You know what ending did get me though? Kimiko's ending.
In what way? Like, it got a little teary?
Yeah, dude, it did get a little teary. I don't know. Once Frenchie died, I teared up a bit, and that ending really got me. She went to that little French cafe. It was nice.
Yeah,
It was
with that
nice.
dog they were gonna adopt. She's
Yeah,
like,
with
I'm
the dog.
adopting.
Yeah,
Who gave this
yeah,
woman a dog though? It's just like, where do you like? I feel like prime example of adopting a pet from anywhere is like, where do you live? And she's like, no fixed
yeah.
address.
That's like the number one question you ask.
That's what I feel like. You what? Maybe Kimiko just stole her. She was just like, or you know, she's like, this is my dog now. Frenchie said I can have this, and she just because I can't see them truly adopting her this dog. But it's like, my name's Kimiko, and your last name just Kimiko. It's like Cher.
You're not getting this dog.
Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna leave it, but I really did appreciate that. It was a kind of a happy ending for most of these characters. I didn't want to
Yeah,
see them all get murked. We needed at least one to die. Frenchie took the hit, which was great. It was a good ending. He got his little like sprinkle of shade at the end where he's like, I don't think you have a debt. You know, it's like, you know, it was great.
yeah,
I enjoyed that, but I do feel that I didn't want everybody to just get massacred. That would have been shit.
yeah, yeah. I mean, also speaking about Kimiko though, how did you feel that she was the one that killed Homelander?
Well, she didn't kill Homelander. She
Not
just used
killed, like like how'd you feel like she was the one that did that?
the Soldier Boy blast thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't hate that, but it would have been nice to see Homelander with powers just get the shit kicked out of him by a whole bunch of other people with powers. I would have
Yeah,
liked
but
to
like
see that a
how would
little
that have
bit more.
happened? Like
Yeah,
uh,
because he's. But that was the thing too that was a little inconsistent because we saw in the first episode of this season he lasered Kimiko right in half with like not even a blink. So it, how could he not do that now? He
but
shot
that's
her
what I
and
was gonna say. Like he lasered Butcher in the fight too, and what it just like scratched his fucking jacket.
Yeah, but I think in this, like, Butcher's like stronger than Laser, or at least we've never seen Butcher get lasered. So we've seen Kimiko get lasered in half. So I mean, it definitely was a situation where,
Yeah,
yeah, a little inconsistencies, but I don't want to shit on it because what else did we want? Did we really want the whole place to just be destroyed? I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I guess I would have. I would have actually loved to see more destruction. But when they're like, hey, we don't have that budget, I'm like, fair enough. Homelander's dead. He's not coming back. We know that. We see where these guys are at. I can appreciate where we get an opportunity to see everybody's little, here's where this person is. Here where this person is. Here's where this person, they're not together, but they're all doing okay. We're like, okay, perfect.
yeah. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the ending. It was okay. Like again, there's a few things that you can nitpick, but at the end of the day, like it's what we wanted. It's what we knew was gonna happen. Like you know what I mean? We knew who was gonna die. We didn't really know who was gonna live, but we're happy to see some people live. Again, I think everyone just thinks it felt rushed, which it did. But like they said, they don't really have the money for that,
I guess, but again,
right?
I don't know how these things work, and I don't. Someone, I'm sure, eventually will correct me one day. But it's like, is it really that bad to make it longer? Just make it longer, then, or make it a
Yeah,
two-parter, a proper two-parter.
yeah.
You know, I get where you don't have the CGI budget to make the entire Earth prehistoric, but give me something. Give me a little bit more storyline. Give me a little bit where it's like, whoa, this is it. This is just Homelander's just done now. Maybe that's me just wanting to be drawn out, but
No, I
I
do
would have
think
liked to
that
see
it
more.
needed a two parts. Yeah, I do think the finale needed two parts.
Yeah, you know,
There's
and I'm
just
like,
too many storylines to close in like what 50 minutes.
yeah, well, I think it was a tiny bit longer than that, but still, I think that definitely needed to be a 2 hours because they showed it in IMAX. I'm like, if you're showing this in theaters, why is this not close to 2 hours? You know, it's just a quick
Yeah.
episode that you're. I mean, I probably would if you were like, "Hey, let's go." I would definitely go because movie theater popcorn is that girl. But I don't know. It did seem a little bit rushed.
Yeah. No, I agree. Definitely felt rushed, but I didn't hate it. I don't know. It
Like,
was all right.
I would say it's better than all right. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I was like, cool, this is how this ends. I'm excited for this Bot Rising. That trailer for that Bot Rising looks great.
Yeah, it does. I'm excited for that to come too. I don't know. I just really like the Gen V characters. I just want to see more of them, and I assume probably gonna see them in the Boys Mexico.
Well, they haven't said that. They just said that they're going to do something with them. Like their
Yes, but here's the thing:
storylines are
if you're gonna
done.
make their own show, why cancel Gen V? So I feel like they just have to be in the Boys Mexico. Because if they
It
just
could be
make
a
another
rebranding. You don't
show,
know. Like it could be something where who
no, it's
knows what
dumb.
could actually happen. Where it could be a situation where instead of Gen V, it's a different type of something, just to move away from this school aspect and maybe do. Again, I'm not a writer. I wouldn't necessarily know what to do with these guys. I would like to see them because you can't have like the boys Canada because that's where the last place they were going. Marie's like shotgun driving to Canada, where Little Cricket's just like, let's go. I'm like, how are we gonna get these people across the border? They really have. They don't have a high regard for us. They're just like, they're just gonna let us in. Like, that's why I listen. You know what? You know what's hilarious? You know how every time we cross the border, I make your ass drive because like black, but it was kind of funny how like they're like, no, let this little white girl drive. Marie, you stay shocked, and you a black girl with dreads. You need to ride. Like, you know, we're riding back with the refugees. You're like, we're trying to cross the border, but they just think we just be letting everybody in. Well, you know what? I'm not going to spark that debate because people are gonna be like, we do let everybody in, but it's just like I don't know. So they're just going to roll up to Canada, drop off some refugees, and be like, well, late. And it kind of seems. What's the point of doing that now? Homelander's dead. Who's looking for these
Yeah,
Starlighters now?
you may
Is
as
this
well just stay
Starlight?
there. Yeah.
Starlight's walking around pregnant, so she got a pardon from Ashley. So I'm sure the people who followed her also got a pardon. So why are they even going to Canada anymore? You know what? Imagine like that's the thing. Like they had to see that on the news. It wasn't where Annie, she's like, oh, I'm pregnant now. Like she's not even like text Marie. She's like, oh, killed, Homelander, come back, all good. She wasn't just kind of saying,
Send.
all right. Like she just left them there. They're just chilling in Canada watching the Leafs game. And they're like, when can we go home? You know?
Is
He
it
doesn't have
safe yet?
FIFA. He hasn't saved yet. But I would too have liked to have seen a little bit more with those characters, but I also don't know what I would have done with them. That's different. So hopefully, whatever future projects they have going on with these characters, it is something interesting. It is something maybe a little bit different from Gen V, but I just don't know who these villains will be. You know, unless we're doing something where there's a new, like all the soups are low key shitty, and they kind of pre-frame that with like a lot of soups running wild. I'm like, what are they doing?
Well,
You're just like,
yeah, that's
fuck
the
it.
thing, right? Like Vought Rising is gonna be is gonna be before the boys, right?
Yeah.
So that one makes sense, I guess, with villains, but who's gonna be the villain in the Boys of Mexico?
But I don't know. I have no idea that one again. I don't even know who's in that, so I don't even know where part of the staging they are with it. All we know is that it's still moving forward. But with Vought Rising, which is kind of cool, they don't have to stay in the past. So again, when I think of Vought Rising, I'm down like again, Soldier Boy could be clipping his toenails and I'm gonna watch. But that sounds awful. But you know what I mean? Like anything they do, I'm here for. I'm on time. But how many seasons in the past can we really have? How many seasons of this Vought Rising are we really gonna have? So now that Soldier Boy's on ice, and technically there's kind of a new Vought. Same old CEO, same Black Mr. Spock running it, but it's kind of a new era for Vought. So that this Vought is also rising. So I can see season 1 being in the past and season 2 being Soldier Boy getting unfrozen in the present, and then shit just kicks off. And with a good writer, you can make that story work.
No, definitely, yeah. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the next shows of like the series.
Oh, 100% same. I can't wait to see because there has to be something beyond Boys Mexico and Vaughn Rising.
Yeah, no, there's definitely gonna be that. It's just I'm just curious as to what they're gonna do with it. Like I'm excited, but very curious as to like villains and things like that, like how they're gonna deal with that.
Well, here's the thing where this show gets a little bit dicey for me because I'm gonna say Soldier Boy is at least a diet racist. Like, I don't think he hates people of different races, but he's also not keen. But we also know he's fucked one or two. So, which is always the case. I'm not gonna go with that. But he's, you know what I mean? He's kind of a diet racist. You know, he's racist light. But Clara Vaught, Stormfront, aka Liberty, that's a whole Nazi. Like, she hates niggas, bro. Like, do you remember in season 2 where A Train was on the lot after getting fired and he walks by Stormfront? The look she gave him was crazy. She's like, I'm Karen before Karen was a thing, motherfucker. Like, she was like, oh, she looked like she could smell A Train. She was just absolutely, she's like, no, I'm spent. But I don't know, because let's be real, these aren't the good guys either. So we're watching a whole series on them. And also, too, if you watch that trailer, there's a part where you saw them testing the Compound V on black, like, soldiers or whoever these people were. I wonder if it's going to be something where this, because he also escaped, whoever this black dude was that they started injecting with the car, he was strapped down. So again, I kind of liked, what I liked about this is that there's a storyline called Red, White, and Truth. That was a Captain America story in Marvel Comics, where they kind of established that maybe Steve Rogers wasn't the first Captain America because they was testing this shit on black people. And so I'm not going to go into the storyline, but I feel like this is kind of similar in that trailer. I'm like, are they doing? Because where's this guy? Like, we see him actively get superpowers. It's not a spoiler. His eyes start glowing green. He breaks out of this glass prison and he starts fucking shit up. So is he the villain or what? Again, something has to. And like, where is he now? You know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm very excited for it. I'm here for it. I'm nervous.
What are you nervous about?
I just want it to be good. The Boys was so good. Gen V was so good. I just don't want it to suck.
But why, but if it's the same like people and same creators and Jensen Ackles is coming back as Soldier Boy, why would you think? I mean, you know what? It's
Listen,
not
you
on the
never
realm of
know.
possibility
Yeah.
because everybody's saying that, you know, right now the boys jumped the shark. A lot of people are really hating this finale and said it was like one of the worst seasons yet. So I guess you're not wrong for thinking that, but I don't know. I can't see them giving me shit.
Yeah. I mean, you don't say that because you'll be disappointed one day, but
That's the kiss of death. But no, I don't know. I really Jensen Ackles is such a great actor. I loved him in Supernatural. I love him in this. I can't see him giving a shitty performance in this Fall Rising. I just have
yeah,
to prepare
I agree.
myself for tons of racism. I
Well,
wonder if they're
yeah.
gonna drop like full N bombs, bro. You think?
No, I don't think so. It's not happening.
But how can they not? It's like
No, they
she's a
didn't put
whole
that
like,
out.
but she's a Nazi, bro. It's like where she's just like, I kind of prefer not to live in their neighborhoods, and I just think everybody should stick with their own kind. She's not like one of those. She's a whole on like, there's all there's all, you know, that fucking
Yeah.
song. Like she's goose stepping to the supermarket. So I want to see what happens with her. Like she has to say, she's definitely said nigger at least several times. You know, like if we got $1 for how many times she said it, we would be millionaires. So I can't see them not. I don't know. Again, the boys has showed some crazy shit, so I don't think like they're pervious to N bombs. But uh, what is she gonna do? Like, how, I just don't know who we're supposed to root for in this. Who is the
Yeah,
person that like everybody looks fucked up?
yeah, but that's the good thing about it, right? That's kind of that's what's gonna make the show good, I guess.
Okay, so I hope the black guy is not the villain. I hope they're not just like, we gotta stop this fucking Negro from going crazy. I hope that's not the plot, but I'm interested. It got me. It looks good, and I think we're seeing a time at Soldier Boy where he actually gave a fuck too.
True. I don't
Like
know.
he looks a little bit more like because because remember he even told I think Billy, he's like, I want this. You know, he's like, I wanted this. I chose to be this, and then my dad said I was a cheater, whatever. Like I got my powers from being a big cheater, but I would like to see the time where he wasn't so jaded, where he wasn't so like hating life. Who knows? Maybe like maybe Clara made him racist. Maybe hanging out with her, he's like, you're right. These guys do suck. I
Well,
really do hate the darkies.
well, that's what we're gonna see, right? That's what we're gonna
We just see
see.
him get progressively more racist, but I know. I hope that's not the show. I mean, I would laugh either way, but I hope that's not the show. I hope we do something where we get to see at least why he's like this, what triggered it. Well, because there has to be, I think, a moment. There's always in these stories a moment where he has this Luke Skywalker moment, and he's like, "This is where I finally fucked off, or I'm not, I'm not doing this." So hopefully we can see that moment, and it's actually something we can be like, you see why you kind of are a big ass hate, because he just hates everything.
I don't
Yeah, it just
know.
seems
He does hate everything, but I'm just curious as to what they're gonna do with the characters. I just don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I just wanted to come out and just see what's gonna happen.
yeah, but you gotta wait until next year.
That's the thing that
So
sucks about shit like this is like they tell us this is coming out, but it comes in like a year or two, and you're like, fuck off, just don't tell us now. It's like the whole GTA thing.
well, listen, GTA has been edging people for years. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But at least with these shows, as long as they're actually making them, you could tell me about them early, because it's weird. Because Marvel, I guess, but this is like how shows used to be. Like at least 1 year, each season would have a show. You weren't getting like 2 seasons in 1 year. So I'm okay with that. If that's coming out like 2027, that seems normal for me. And there, I'm sure I'll find a show that maybe I may not love as much, but it could definitely be a filler show. So I get what you're saying. It
It's
is does
just
kind of
so
seem like they're just
far.
tickling your balls.
It's
But
just it's just so far.
oh, you know how time takes though. You sneeze and all of a sudden you're just like, how is it winter again?
Yeah,
How am
true.
I looking at snow? So
Yeah, but when you're
let's just
excited for
let
something, it's different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if
yeah,
you
when
know
it's
you're
something
gonna
you're
do
actually
something the
fun.
next day, you're like, I can't sleep that night. But now you go, what? I'm not gonna sleep for a year. I can't do that.
Oh no, but see, I have shows coming out and things coming out this season that I actually don't give a like I actually give a shit about. Sorry, so it doesn't put this in my foreground, but I'm glad they're doing it. I really want to see what happens for season 2 more than season 1, because if we're just sticking to the past, I feel that's going to get stale. So what are we just going to like bring ourselves to the moments that TNT betrays him and he's frozen and taken by the Russians, or is that the end of this series? It just gets us to where we started from him,
I think that's what
which
they're gonna have
again,
to do with it.
dude, I think if they're smart, there's definitely a way to let season 2 be he wakes up in the past and he's now like the new guy. And like, how do, because again, it's hard because he definitely has killed black folks for the sake of killing black folks. But I wouldn't mind him getting like a semi redemption. We know he's a murderer. He did try and actively kill Ryan, which is the kid, but if Stan Edgar kind of like, what if New Vaughn is actually trying to walk the walk and talk the talk, you know? They're actually trying to do superhero shit. Maybe not in the way, like, of course they're always going to care about profit, but it'd be cool if they're like, no, we need you to actually be a hero and he actually gives a shit, you know? Oh, you know what I would love? Because I'm a sucker for these types of movies, and Lord forgive me if he teams up with like a sassy black kid. Like, somehow he has to save like Tyrone from the hood, and Tyrone's just like, Mr. Soldier Boy. And they're just
That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry to break your heart, but that's just not
they
gonna
did that in the
happen.
HBO Penguin. So maybe look, that was a Latino, but still, dude, I would love that. That would be my favorite show, to watch Soldier Boy and some like little black kid from the ends just be his sidekick. Oh, not even like his sidekick. It starts off where he just kind of follows him and he helps him, but like the episode, like the season end with this kid getting like a mask and shit, and like he's like his Bucky. Hear me out. That could be a great show. I would definitely watch it. And could you, as long as long as he doesn't call this child, like, he doesn't be like, you motherfucker. Like, as long as he doesn't do that, imagine what the banter would be like.
It would be funny. I just don't think. I'm sorry to break your heart, man. That's just not happening.
Well, you know what's not happening, but you know what? I
It's
feel
not
because they
gonna
don't
do
know.
that.
I feel like they don't know. If I ever meet Eric Crick, give me something, I'm like, no, let me break down season 2 of Bot Rising for you. And he's gonna be like, oh, he's gonna make the Hank Hill noise, but oh, he's gonna be so excited because it would be funny. I would think it'd be great You know when Soldier Boy learns how to not be racist because, and even better, he runs up on Mother's Milk and then like tries to apologize, but somehow gets his ass whooped. I'm writing this story. I'm gonna send them an email. I don't know who I'm gonna send it to.
Well, you're not gonna be sending it to Eric, I'll tell you that much. Because you know what I actually seen today? I seen that he's gonna no longer like show run future spin-offs anymore. He
Shut
said he
up,
wants to
really?
go on to other universes. So yeah.
What other universe is this motherfucker trying to
Like
jump
he
to?
said he's still
His
gonna
own
oversee
or
it. I have
huh?
no fucking idea. I
But
don't
I
know.
mean,
That's all I've seen something about it where like he's still gonna oversee the stuff to do with like the boys and the spin-offs, but he doesn't want to be too involved anymore.
well, one thing I always say is that we don't give writers enough credit, and I don't think Eric Kripke's writing majority of these episodes, if any. So it's kind of like with like the showrunner, the creator, the whoever. It's like they're not really the guys that are giving you. They are like obviously they have a point. Like we need these people for a reason. But as long as the writers are the same, you're probably good. It's probably going to be
Yeah.
the same vibe, the same essence. They know what to do. If it's everybody but that guy, it's just situation regular. Everybody just goes and does what they're supposed to do. So that's not as devastating, but I do want him involved. And if he is, great. Because there's certain things watching a boys spinoff I need, and they always give me weird fucking deaths, weird sex stuff, bunch of blood, and a
Yeah, I
decent
mean, I
enough
don't think
storyline.
that's changing at all. I think that's
Then
gonna
we're
be
good. What's the
yeah,
problem?
that's gotta be the same. Imagine they just stopped
Yeah.
doing that. Like, no, that'd be dumb.
Yeah, no, I'm about it. I can't wait for this series. I really hope that season two is, I don't want to say fundamentally, but at least quite different from season one. Because I don't know how much I want to be in the 50s. I don't know how much I want to see. Uh, Again, I like Stormfront, which is hard to say, but I do. But what are we doing with her? She's just going to go around just killing minorities the entire time. And if she's not doing it after how many seasons, it kind of seems like a plot hole on itself. Either way, you're kind of screwed. Because I don't want to just see her just every episode hunting down minorities. But if she doesn't do that, then you're like, so what triggered her to become this type
That
of person
that might
in
be
the
exactly
future?
what you get every episode. She might just
Yeah,
be hunting them down. I don't know.
which would be crazy, you know?
I think it'd just be more funny than crazy. Like,
Or,
what are they doing
oh,
here? Like, what are
dude,
we
oh my
doing here?
God.
No, it's just like, what are we doing here?
Each episode's a different race. She's just like, oh, it's the blacks' turn. Oh, it's the
Yeah.
Asians' turn. You know, oh, I see you there with your whatever. She's like, she's just, I see that taco cart. I'm getting this Mexican. She's just, I wish they actually did that. Oh God. You know, I can't say I've seen them sell fruit, but I would love just on the street tacos. I don't know how that would work though. You think that would fuck up your stomach? Like, you know, you have the hot dog vendors. You
Dude,
think if you had on the street tacos,
everything fucks up my stomach.
yeah, you definitely don't have steel guts, but um, I don't know. I just feel like if a taco, like obviously there's food trucks, but just like a vendor, a street vendor, let's do that. Let's make that our idea and see how that rides, and see if we can make that a thing. But we don't look Mexican. Like, see if we can make that a thing, and that could be a new business venture.
I knew, yeah,
Uh,
there we go.
oh, any final thoughts on the boys? Any final thoughts on this? Like, as far as seasons go, it may not be your favorite, but do you think after everything we've seen that it went off on a decent note?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like it went off on a decent note. Like you're always gonna nitpick an ending no matter what. You know what I mean? There's gonna be things that just don't make sense no matter what, especially when it comes to superpowers and superheroes.
Yeah.
But I feel like overall, like we knew this is how it was gonna end. I'm not disappointed. It gave me what I needed. I think the only reason I'm disappointed is that it's done. You know what I mean? No more of the boys.
Yeah, well, I was always excited for that. Every time that
Yeah.
would roll out, I did when the finale came out. I woke up at 5 a.m. just because, I wake up periodically through the night and then go back to sleep. But I woke up at 5 a.m. like, nah, this is out. I'm gonna watch this right now.
Yeah.
I literally watched it and went right back to sleep. So I was excited, even though I was like sad to see them go. I was excited to see how they were going to go. And it gave me exactly
Yeah.
what I needed.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. Butcher, we knew Butcher wasn't living. We knew Homelander wasn't living. We knew Kevin's ass wasn't living. We knew Old Father's ass wasn't living. It was just one of those things where if the other characters died, because I mean, we could definitely knew who was going to die 100%.
Yeah,
You could look at a
that's
character and be
true.
like, this one's
Yeah,
done.
yeah, you're done.
This one's
Yeah.
here to die. So again,
Though,
as much as they kind of made her a little bit too ghetto for my liking, because like, what happened here? But I'm glad that Sage lived, and I hope she's actually living. Like, I hope she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go on roller coasters and shit. So I'm not sad with anybody's ending. We knew exactly
yeah,
how the deep was
but
gonna
that's
go.
the thing. Yeah, we knew who was gonna die. I feel
Yeah.
like we just all thought that more people were gonna die.
Yeah,
You know what
again,
I
a lot
mean?
of
I
people
think
were
that's the
expecting this,
thing.
like every soup, which probably is something you probably should have had. But like all the soups were going to be around there, kind of like how it ended in the comics and how it ended with well, what they saw in the posters, where it was just like a bunch of soups ready to battle out. But I get why they couldn't do an Avengers kind of fight here. We just
Yeah,
didn't have the time, we didn't have the budget, so this is how he died.
this
He
is what we
died like a
get. Yeah.
bitch. We weren't expecting. What do you expect him to die like? Would you expect him to be like, "Eat my ass, Wu Tang"?
Well, yeah,
We
that's the
knew.
thing, because you're not gonna fight him just one-on-one. Like, you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, we knew
I
Homelander
feel
was
like it
gonna
was
die like a
fine.
bitch. So again, I'm not that mad.
Yeah.
I'm not like one of these people who are sweating it. I thought it was good. I thought it was great. Excited for Vought Rising. Super excited to see Soldier Boy again. Next to A Train, no one delivers lines like Soldier Boy.
Okay, first off, I don't have shell shock. Fuck you. Second, this is what I'm talking about. This is being a soldier.
So a whole show of him is great.
True.
I can't wait again to see more what they do with season 2 if they take it somewhere. I don't want to say more relevant, but at least like I want to know what's happening now. Because the boys Mexico is gonna be in Mexico. I assume they wouldn't be anywhere else. It's not the boys New Mexico.
Well,
So whoever these characters are, whatever they're doing there, yeah, we're gonna hear about shit in Vaughn America, but I can't see anybody's storyline from the original show progressing in this.
yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah, both of these spin-offs look like, well, one looks great, one sounds great, but there has to be something more on the horizon, and I can't wait to see.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool.
I just want to see more of the fucking Gen V characters. I just hope that
Well,
that
he
happens.
said you
I'm
will,
just telling
but
you,
you
no,
know,
but like
they also
he's
promised
a
me I was going to
liar.
get a new Buffy show, and that never happened.
Yeah,
So don't listen to
exactly.
any of these
That's
motherfuckers
exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, and I'm telling
until
you,
they actually until they start filming. But wait, I think they filmed the Buffy too. So until it's on air,
yeah,
you
don't
can't
get your
be.
hopes up. Yeah,
Don't get your hopes up that you'll see any of these people again, which is a little bit of a cock tease, and I'm okay with that. But it was like, oh, Marie was supposed to be, Project Odessa. She was this like super borderline godlike being, and she did nothing. She
yeah.
didn't even drive the van to Canada. The useless van to Canada because Homelander's dead. Ashley pardoned everybody. Y'all should wheel on back. But
Yeah, back to school.
yeah. So, and you know what I noticed too? They really saved their budget on this. They really did not have the money because we only saw Girl Jordan. We never saw Boy Jordan.
Yeah,
And we didn't see Sam. We didn't see Marie's sister. Abigail, was it Annabeth? I knew it had to sound more like, yeah, so she was Annabeth. We didn't see her. So I assume wherever they are, they just didn't have the budget to bring them back for 20 seconds. Even seeing Little Cricket I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're here. You're here for 20 seconds. And she's like, yeah, I'm just here to drive this van, drive this truck of refugees,
collecting my
Starlighters.
check.
No, there's no check to be had, which is even worse. She's doing that gratis. But yeah, I feel you. I want more with these characters. Please do more with these characters. But if they don't, okay, as long as they're not dead, I think I'm okay.
No, it's not okay. No.
But I
Unfortunately,
am
it's
sad
just
to see
not.
the show go. It is one of those things where I guess there's going to be legacy, but I hope it doesn't get the House of the Dragon effect where people just hate it because it's not the OG show. I hope people really do go in there and say Vought Rising is worth a chance. It's worth supporting. Because, I mean, again, everybody loves Soldier Boy. Because the boys got away with a lot. Even I was looking back on it, I was like, this is one of the few shows where race swapping and gender swapping in characters wasn't bitched about.
Actually, that is very true, though. But I just feel like there was nothing to really hate with these characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they were
I feel
well
like
written and well acted.
Yeah, exactly. And
But
I
you know
feel
what?
like
The
that's
minute
kind
they
of what
switch
matters
the gender,
most.
but once they switch the gender or race of a character, the internet just hates that. We're living in a
Yeah.
Chud the Builder world where people are like, I hate this because I just hate. I mean, I can't even fully say I don't hate it. There are times where I feel it's just too obligatory, and there's moments where certain characters that I'm used to being a certain way, I would like to see depicted a little bit better to the source material. But at least with the boys, no one cared about any of that. Whoever, like, because there was a lot of race swapping. They even swapped a black guy to a white guy. But it's like, not like we give a shit about that. We ain't tripping about none of that. But it was one of those things where there was a lot of race swapping, a lot of gender swapping, and no one was pissed off because we were just enjoying these seasons that were killing on Rotten Tomatoes. I love that, like, Rotten Tomatoes is your report card for a TV show.
Yeah, even though they're like biased.
Of course, most of them, but anybody can be biased to things. There's shows that I know are legit shit, but I love, and I would give them a 10 out of 10 or whatever, even knowing that they're low key kind of bad, just because it leads in a direction that gets me. So it's hard not to have a bias on anything done by humans, but yeah, I'm with you.
What's one of those shows? What's one of those shitty shows that you like?
But dude, I like a lot of random shitty shows, even like some like animated shows, but off the top of my head, I can't really think of much. But I definitely do watch shows that I feel haven't got the credit. We talked about Travelers during that test drive, and that's a show I think was super underrated. There was another one called Timeless that was super underrated, but I liked
Wait,
it. And I was like, why don't
Timeless was
people-
good. What are you talking about?
You didn't
I don't
watch
think
no damn
Timeless.
Timeless,
Timeless was so good.
dude. Are you fucking with me? You watched
No,
Timeless?
it's the one with the show, and it had a movie about it too.
No,
Right? We're talking
I
about the
think you're
same
thinking of-
one.
No, we're talking. I think you mean Limitless.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I got
Yeah,
excited
yeah.
there for a second because like Timeless is a good show, but again, it was about time traveling, so that's up my jam, you know. So, yeah, again, I think just bias alone can make people like shit that wasn't really good television. It was, I mean, even like the 100, I liked that, but that wasn't good television. There was a lot of parts where you're like, this is dumb. This character's dumb. I actually
Yeah.
dropped the show for just
Even though I did
eventually
really like
started
that
pissing me
show.
off. Yeah, Clark was annoying. We definitely need to reminisce about that in an episode. It just won't be
Yeah.
this one. But again, so it's just however you lead, and that kind of ties back to that finale. Some people were like, I just like this show, so the ending's good. Some people are like, oh, well, I expected more from it. But I couldn't expect more from this show, just strictly knowing what they were working with. What else could we do? Who
Yeah.
else did you want in there? Anybody else in there would have
Yeah.
just been clutter. And it was
Yeah,
kind of
I
nice to
think it
see
just-
Ryan.
It wasn't a horrible ending. It was good. It was what we needed, and I feel like it was again just what we expected.
Yeah, well, again, hopefully Vought Rising will be the show that replaces this, and gives us the opportunity to see what's going on either with Soldier Boy in the present. Like, there's no way they won't. So here's hoping for that. So we're gonna stay tuned for that.
Fingers crossed for that show.
Cross everything, dude, because
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, but I'm kind of like you. I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break, and then we're gonna read some PvP mail.
Ooh,
Ooh, yeah, dude. I looked into some of
Ooh.
these, and these are fun. So
let's do it.
let's do it. We're gonna read some of the PvP mail. If you have any kind of nerd rant, any kind of geek related problem that you want some input from two grossly unqualified motherfuckers, send any
Speak about
emails.
yourself. I'm qualified for this. Okay. I love
no.
drama. I love drama.
I know you're a professional pot stirrer and a certified tea spiller, but at the end of the day, I got no degrees, so some of these get a little bit interesting, and I just want to pre-frame that. I don't have a degree. Don't sue me. Get a therapist. Everything that I'm about to say, just have imaginary, a little ping, get a therapist. Also, too, I'm a little bit sick. I don't know if I told you, so if it sounds like I fucking
Aw,
2022 Lizzo, you know why that is. But I'm going to jump into these, because some of these get a little bit interesting. This one was titled, and again, I skimmed through these. It was mostly the title and just the gist of it that got me, but I did not edit any of these. So bear with me for spelling and punctuation that you can't see, but I can, okay? So listen carefully. This one is titled, Is Lego Really That Bad? 22M, so 22 male, been seeing this girl I used to work with on and off for a while now. Mostly casual hookup vibes, but we would text a lot too. Somewhere along the way, I admit I caught feelings and decided to ask her on an actual date. Not gonna lie, she hesitated when I asked, which probably should have been my first clue she didn't want to say yes. We went out, had a good time, and in brackets it says, at least I thought. And even ended up having sex afterwards. I figured we were moving in a better direction. The next day, I asked her if she wanted to go out, and she immediately said no.
Damn, right away, she's just like, fuck no.
And see, I don't know if this is like you fucked and like she wakes up in your bed and you're just like, hey, you want to hang out again? She's like, no, hand me my bra. So I don't know how that goes, but all I know is that he says, and she immediately said no. Of course, when I asked what changed, she kept saying nothing until I pressed her. She pretty much said my Lego collection gives her the ick.
No, that's crazy.
He
What?
says, I don't know, listen. He says, I do have a decent amount of finished Lego sets in my apartment, but that's not like some hoarder cave / virgin dungeon. It's not messy. They're literally chilling on a shelf, and honestly, it's just a hobby I enjoy. Now I'm sitting here wondering if Lego's really that fucking bad, or she's just making excuses. Here's my favorite part of this. For context, I'm 6'3", in shape, got a six-pack, and own my own business.
Okay, wow, okay.
He wanted you to know that he has money and he's fine. And listen, if collecting Lego is your hobby, I know you got money. Give him everything. Like he's
Yeah.
got money.
Yeah, we didn't need to know that. You collect Legos, my friend, okay?
Yeah, and especially when you're calling them sets, I know you're not building like little fucking race cars. These are
Yeah.
like, remember when we went to the Lego one
What do we
and I was
have
gonna buy
against
that?
race cars?
Nothing.
I love the
I
race
just feel,
cars.
but they're relatively cheap compared to the
Yeah,
Starship
true.
Enterprise I was
Yeah.
looking at when we went to the store. So, yeah, that if I saw someone who was collecting Lego, I'm like, so you're gonna spend most of your time just in the house building this shit, not bothering me or fucking other hoes? I'd be like, I'm okay with this, and I know you have
Yeah.
money. Unless we're
And you got
broke, and I'm
money.
like, you gotta stop buying Lego.
No, dude,
Please
I think
don't.
that's totally an excuse, though.
You
I think
think
it
so?
has to be. It has to be, dude. Like, Legos is what turns you off.
Well, I know there's always this thing where, guys who collect things give women the ick. Again, it is what it is. I'm not going to go out there and pull women what gives them the ick. But my only thing with that, and at first I kind of thought the same thing, but what changed? Because I can see you liking someone and going on a date with someone and then you fucking them and then the vibe was not for you. But it seemed like these two were already fucking. So if that's
I
the
mean,
case,
I was gonna
what
say you could be
changed?
6'3", have money, but just got weak dick. And
But no,
Legos is the
but here's the thing,
scapegoat.
like this. No, but if you go back, he was saying that they were hooking up, so we were getting like they wouldn't just like kiss each other like you're nice, and then go home. So I assume like if you're saying hook up, you was fucking, you was definitely smashing for sure. So
Yeah.
if that was the case, that seems to be the part that would have changed. But she more or less knows your personality. I don't know if you told some off-color joke, or she's like, "Oh, it's actually because you're a Republican." I don't know.
Oh
It made
no,
me
you
so-
like guns. I'm done here.
He's like, but all his guns are made of Lego. So,
Yeah.
which honestly is kind of adorable. But on the flip side, just like when niggas roll up, like if you live in the States, I'm not a gun person, but I feel like if you live in the States, you should probably consider having a gun. It wouldn't be a 100% no for me. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
the first thing I think of, but America's crazy. I mean, Canada's low-key crazy too, but we ain't here for that. But when it comes to this, I don't see. But again, if you were smashing too, she's definitely seen the Lego before, so the Lego's not news to her. But it could be one of these things where it's like, I like you for a tumble,
Post-nut
but not
clarity?
for a take home.
Yeah.
Cute for a taste,
Yeah, I
but not
mean,
a swallow.
But again, I don't see. I mean, I guess you're right, dude. Everything gives everyone the fucking ick now. But Legos, listen, I love Legos. That kind of hurts my heart. You know what I mean? Like, You know me, I
Yeah,
love sitting down just building Legos. I have a blast doing that shit.
but I also feel like on the flip side, if truly her biggest problem with you is that you collect Lego, you probably don't want to be in this person's life. You probably
Yeah,
don't want them in
true.
your life.
True.
Because what a petty thing to really hate on a person for. Because if
Y-
that's actually a thing and not something you did that she doesn't want to fully tell you, I can't see that being the person you want to hang out with. Like, so I can't even just like have some Legos in my life.
Well, yeah, watch it be something actually serious later on in the road, and then that's gonna be a real problem. Because if
Yeah,
it's
no, true.
this big for
Like what happens
Legos,
with the kids? The kids be like, "Oh, you're spreading the Lego disease to our children." And you know, so she sounds low key crazy,
well,
or just
listen. If this
you
guy
didn't do
likes
it.
Legos and they have children, those children are not touching the Legos. I'll tell you that much.
Well, not I guess not the finished sets. He's definitely not letting. But no, I'm sure. Like again, I'm assuming these
Fuck
are white people. I have
no.
no idea, but they're definitely like, I'm gonna teach my son the ways of the Lego. You know,
Yeah, but like you build them together, but once it's like finished, you're not giving that set to no kid.
no, you're
Nobody's
gonna put it on a
touching
high
that.
shelf for sure. You're definitely
Yeah.
not making sure he's gonna be like, well, now let me take this Blackbird out for a spin. But, I mean, I get that, but I don't know. It just it seems like kind of a shitty thing to do if someone's hobby is what puts you off of them, but everything else is perfect. It just seems kind of. But I'll be honest with you. I think I like to pretend like I'm above certain things like this, but there are hobbies that I think are deal breakers.
Yeah, but not Legos.
No. Like, it's weird because I appreciate taxidermy, but like, I wouldn't want to date someone as a taxidermist. It's like, you walk in, it's like, babe, what you do? I was like, I'm skinning this fucking head. You know? It's like, you just become a serial killer. I don't know, man. Some hobbies are a little bit weird, but I personally don't think Lego's that big of a problem.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think it's just in the scapegoat. I think it's just you probably did something, said something she didn't like, and the Legos were just there and just easy to pick at.
Yeah, I, I I don't know if I prefer that to be the reason or prefer the Legos to be the reason. Like if it were me, I don't know which I would
I
prefer to be the
personally
reason.
listen. I'm a straight up person, so I'd rather know what it is than you like picking at my fucking Legos. Like, you know what I mean? Leave
But
my
see, I
fucking
think
F1
me
cars alone,
personally, I
okay?
think I personally rather it be where it's like your Legos are the problem because I'm like, yo, you're nuts. Then I gotta go. And I mean,
Dodge the
I
bullet, dodge
personally
the
think,
bullet.
yeah, but here's the thing. I personally think you should never do this. But on the flip side, if you truly feel that the person is worth more than your Legos, you can also get rid of the fucking Legos.
No, no,
So
fuck that. No.
it's like I wouldn't do it because if you enjoy that, again, a
Like,
harmless thing that you enjoy should never give someone the ick or should never be a reason not to be with someone. It's like he's not putting rings around your eyes. He's not out there fucking hoes. He's just in the corner doing some Lego, and you can do whatever the fuck you want, and it doesn't get in the way of anything else. Because clearly, again, you were meaning to smash, so you know, like it's good enough to keep coming back to. So I can't see the Lego being the problem, but if it is, I rather personally be that your problem with me, so I can be like, oh, so you're just crazy. Or you just
yeah.
petty as fuck. You know? Oh, thanks for letting me know you crazy before we went on more than one date. A date which I assume you paid for. So
True.
before you spend more
True.
money on you, because Lego be expensive, I'd rather know that you are nuts. Have a good day. So here's hoping to you, dude, that that's the reason. If it's not, you probably said some wild shit or had some weird.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, well, I did ask her for a threesome with her sister. You know, you know,
But she
follow
says
up
the
on
Legos.
that.
It's gotta be the Legos.
Yeah, I feel it is probably that, and I hope it's that, but because then again, no harm, no foul on you. It wasn't anything you did. You enjoy your fucking Legos, display them. I would kind of like to see this display, so drop the Instagram.
Yeah, I'd actually be
And I
down to
mean,
see
you're
this.
probably on Instagram because again, if you're building Legos, you're definitely putting those motherfuckers on Instagram. If you're spending, I'm gonna say hours because no one's just putting together, even the smallest ones, gonna take you an hour or two. Well, I want to say the
Yeah,
smallest
that's
ones, but
true
you
though,
know,
because Legos are a bitch to build.
oh,
To be
not
fair
for me,
though,
thanks. I would do it with
they've
someone else,
they're
but I can
but
never
they're
be a
not that
solo
bad
Legoer.
anymore, to be honest. Like now they're like they've become easier though, because now they come in bags in the box. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
and
flip
that's
through the
cute,
book,
but
you're like,
like
okay, you just do like bag one, bag two, bag
even
three.
I think
It's
you got like a Game Boy one time I saw, and that
yeah,
was like 6, 7 bags of just pieces, and I don't know. I would hate it.
yeah, but
I
that Game Boy
personally,
one
unless
is
I was doing it with
sick.
someone, but doing that solo, I don't know how this guy does that. But I guess it's better than the alternative. You're not
No,
out
I
there
enjoy
doing
it. I think
drugs
it's
and
fun.
shit. Yeah. So good luck to you with that. I really feel like you dodged a
Yeah,
bullet, but
true.
that's just me. Moving on to the next one. This one's kind of interesting. Um, so this one's called Justice for Puchia. So if you don't know, it's not an anime I watched. This is why I picked this because I saw the name. Puchia is the dog on the Chainsaw Man dog with the chainsaw on its face. You've probably seen it. I'm
Okay.
not a huge fan of
I've seen
Chainsaw Man.
I've never watched Chainsaw Man, so
It's not
but
my
I've seen it.
favorite.
I know
It's
what you're
not
talking about.
shit, but it's not my favorite. So I'm not deep in that. But I saw this. I was like, all right, let's get Justice for Puchia. Okay, so this one is 28M. Found out my girlfriend, 26 female, has been cheating on me with some dude she works with at a car dealership for the last 6 months.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at these people. But I'm not trying to be a dick. Honestly, it sucks, but I'm not the type to be hung up on a bitch. I know that's right. The second I found out, I told her I'd grab my shit and be gone by the end of the day. The real problem is my dog. We have a 2-year-old corgi named Puchia, cute, and now she's trying to keep him. That's my fucking dog. I bought him. I paid for literally everything for him: vet bills, food, toys, insurance. There's pet
Yeah,
insurance.
well,
I
this
guess that,
I
yeah.
think this yeah, the pet insurance is huge.
I was about to say like
Dude,
insurance
vets are
for a
fucking
dog.
expensive.
Dude, I'm a little bit in a cloud, so I was like, that dog ain't driving. I guess dogs are property, so you can
You
insure
forgot you gotta get
anything.
insurance for everything.
Yeah, for everything. Insurance is wild. Okay, let me finish this. Insurance, all all of it. So he said he paid for vet bills, food, toys, insurance, all of it. Funny enough, when I first got him, she didn't even want him because she thought she was allergic. Turns out she's not. She sounds trifling too. I
Yeah.
want to just go and get my dog and leave, but her 6-year-old daughter was there, and I didn't want to turn into any. I did not want it to turn into some screaming match or have a physical situation in front of the kid. Now she's saying if I come near her house, she will call the cops.
Damn. Oh,
She's
dude,
keeping.
don't go near that.
Yeah,
Don't go near
dude,
the
no,
house, dude. Leave
fuck
the dog.
that. No, fuck
Fuji
that.
is not getting no justice. Do
Yeah,
not
fuck
go
that.
back.
Once the cops are, I'm not trying to and again, I assume most of these are in the States. So if you're in the States, like the potential for getting shot is real. So yeah, she ignores my calls and texts completely. Like, do I seriously have to go to the court/lawyers? Do I seriously have to get the court/lawyers involved over a fucking corgi? I know people are gonna say it's just a dog, but nah, that's my dog.
No, listen, I feel that part. I feel that part.
Well, that's the end. But I mean, yeah, listen, I have a dog. So if anybody's trying to take my dog, I'm fighting. But yeah, call the cops because I'm breaking in that window.
Yeah, but I wonder how
So-
that works, though. I wonder how like dog courts works. Like,
Well,
who has
bitch,
custody
you're the
of
one
the
who's
dog?
who's in law school. You tell me how it works.
Yeah,
because I
I'm
assume
sorry, I
there
didn't
has to
take
be
dog fucking intro to
Well,
dog
here's the
law.
thing. Listen, as a card-carrying member of the Judge Judy fan club and the People's Court, because I used to love Judge Marilyn Milian, I know that dogs are considered property. So what they do, and again, I know using Judge Judy as the blueprint is not the look, but in most of these circumstances, it seems like who has the receipt for the purchase of the dog. Because if you look at it, it's the same thing like a car or any piece of property, is who bought it, who's maintaining it, etc., etc. So if he has bills saying that I paid for this dog, or even like text messages saying like I don't want this dog, I'm allergic to this dog, like if he has those messages, I assume he does not only have a pot to piss in, but a window to throw it out of. Like he has some sort of rights. Am I wrong in thinking that?
No, I feel he definitely does if he has those receipts. But I mean, the good thing now is you can search up text messages on your phone, so you can definitely find that. But you know what
Yeah, there
bothers me about
has to be a
stories like
way to
this?
prove that.
What
There has
bothers
to
me
be
about
justice for
stories about
Bugia.
this? I want to know how he found out that she was cheating.
Oh, I
Like,
want to know too.
you
That's
know what I
definitely
mean?
something.
Like, you left out the good part.
I
Like,
assume
the
it's
dog's
one of
cool
the
and all, but
old-fashioned ways. It's either you caught her in the act, or you went through a phone. Most people
yeah.
get caught cheating going through a phone.
But yeah, it's always. I feel like it's mostly always through a phone. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you
Yeah.
do walk in, but I'm still curious.
You
You know
know,
what I
but I
mean? I
feel if
want the
he,
mood set. I want to know where you were, how you
well,
found out.
dude, listen, it had to have been from text, or
Yeah.
from messages, because I don't know this guy, but if you're ready to go to war over a corgi and you walked in on her getting banged in a room you shared together with some motherfucker, especially like, is this fucking Jeremy?
This is who we bought our car from?
I'm just saying, like, oh yeah, they were forgot. I was like, why did I feel restaurant? I always feel like people in restaurants are always fucking like that. But yeah, you would probably kill that motherfucker. You know, like
Yeah.
we know why OJ did what OJ did. I'm not
Nah,
agreeing with
OJ's
OJ.
innocent. He's innocent. He's innocent.
In our hearts, he is sure.
Listen,
But
listen.
no,
I'm
OJ
like you
killed
said.
him.
I'm in law school. Okay, I know he's innocent. Okay.
Let's
What the court
pretend
said.
like
Hey,
he is.
listen. That's what they say.
It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Right, that shady ass book. But I'm just saying, I feel like this, like he wouldn't be writing about no fucking dog if he walked in on that act. So I assume it was probably from some sort of text message or, you know, someone snitched. There had to be one of those situations. But my thing is, I don't know. Even if it had to get a little, I don't want to say, but dude, I just think of my sense of my dog. There's zero chance I'm leaving my dog anywhere. So maybe you're a better motherfucker
Yeah.
than me, because fuck your kid. That's not, dude.
Especially if they turn out to be like baby's kids.
You know, the dog is my kid, and I'm taking my kid with me. Your kid stays here, my kid's coming with me. So if that kid has to boo-hoo a little bit over the dog that's lost, I don't give a fuck, because that's your kid. I'll never see this
Oh,
motherfucker
fuck that
again.
kid. That's fuck that kid. Yeah.
So that's, I don't want to be like, that's where you lost me. But
Give the kid some Legos. Take the dog, and you're good.
I mean, listen, I think get another fucking dog. You should get out my dog. You know, I don't care. I can see you appreciating and not wanting to turn things into a situation because, I mean, you don't want to go to court and have a 6-year-old be like, Eddie, beat Moby. Like, you don't want that crazy shit.
Yeah, true.
But
I mean, hey, listen,
if
that
I-
may have never happened, but she might talk to that kid, and that might still happen. So.
Well, yeah, you never know. Like, that shit's rampant. But no, I'm leaving with my dog. I don't know what to tell you. I don't want, like, I'm not spending lawyers to
Leaving here
get my
with
dog.
something. I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something, and that's my motherfucking dog. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Keep the clothes. Not even keep. Fuck it. You did me wrong. Get out of here. I mean, like, give me a chance to grab my shit, and I'm gonna go. You know, maybe that's the problem. Maybe she thought, you know, he wouldn't leave, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gone." She's like, "Well, I'm keeping that dog just to spite you."
Yeah, I'd get that dog back. I'd figure a way to do that. I'd go to maybe not. The thing is lawyers are so fucking expensive, dude. I'd just go to the court.
Well, can you, like, get like a small claims court thing?
Yeah, that's what it would be. It'd be small claims court.
Well, I mean, for me, if I'm honest, this is why like Judge Judy and People's Court need to exist because
Yeah,
they
exactly.
can go out there, get all that shit paid for, and get your dog back, and you put her on blast for looking like a bitch. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
It's not like he cheated, and she's like, "No, I'm keeping this dog. You cheated on me, and I'm leaving
With something.
with something."
With
yeah,
my fucking
you know?
dog, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also taking the TV. Fuck that.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I don't know. I'm petty because I'm taking. Oh, dude, if I bought your kid anything over 200 or more, I'm taking it. Because you know me, like if I bought you a PlayStation, that PlayStation's coming with me. I'm leaving with my dog. I'm leaving with my PlayStation. I'm leaving with all my shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. Especially if you cheat on me, it's like you're lucky you ain't dead. You know, I watch a lot of true crime. I feel like I get away with it. So. Like, ooh, here's where this one fucked up. But noted. But no, I'm just saying.
Gloves on.
No, man. No, don't come at me. You sit there, you cheated on me with this motherfucker from work who, again, I always say cheating has nothing to do with better. It just has something to do with different. You just, no matter how much you love steak, you could love a burger. Like, if a burger is the downgrade of a steak. I don't know. But, it's one of those things where I understand it, but nah, some motherfucker, who the fuck is this guy? And again, I've named this guy Jeremy, which makes me hate him even more. So I'm just like, fucking Jeremy. I'm like, you would cheat on me. I feel personally wrong. I'm like, you would cheat on me, motherfucking Jeremy? Bitch.
From Ford? From
Lucky.
fucking Ford?
Yeah. Jeremy from fucking Ford? That's who it was. Nah, you're lucky you're not leaving here whistling. Fuck that. I would knock out some of those teeth. But no, I'll leave it. So you're definitely, and you try and keep my dog. You had insult to injury like that. So I don't know what to say on this situation. Yeah, but if you didn't already go in there and do what you needed to do, your only option is the court.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't do anything else at this point in time unless you're like, no, fuck it, Wu-Tang, I'm gonna roll up in there. Or like, because here's the thing. This is how I know this motherfucker probably doesn't have good friends. I feel like, well, no, I shouldn't say that. But if you ever told me like this situation, I'm like, so how many windows are we breaking?
Dog back. Yeah, we're gonna get.
Oh,
this
dude,
dog
we're
back.
getting that dog back tonight. Because they gotta sleep sometimes. Unless they're taking shifts, unless mother-daughter taking shifts. I know you're sleeping sometime tonight. And I'm getting my dog back. And I don't know what to tell you. If I gotta bust your fucking window to do that shit, we're doing that. And I feel, and we live in the age of like Temu. I feel you could almost get like a glass cutter on Temu. Like, in
Dude,
3 to 4
Glasscutter,
weeks, we're getting this
He lived there for sure. He's got a key.
Yeah,
She
that's
changes
the
the
thing.
locks like
Oh,
that,
dude,
you
you're
know what I
right. He
mean?
definitely has a key. I don't know if he
Yeah.
like tossed the keys on the floor, but yeah, he
That's
definitely.
dumb.
Well, if she's smart, you break up with someone who has a key to your house. But again, I watch a lot of true crime, so I'm trying to keep my shit unlocked. Like my doors are always locked. But it is one of those things where if I were her, and especially you got a daughter, I'm definitely locking this door. Did you see? This is a total sidebar. Did you see this dude who shot the girl through the door?
No, what?
It's going all over the internet where this guy who I guess was a handyman for these people, and some shit went down. I don't know exactly what happened, but then he came in and was on a Ring camera, which was really messed up. Is he then had a shotgun and rang the doorbell, and I guess when the girl came to the door before she even opened it, he saw her and then like shot through the door and killed her. This like 19-year-old woman.
Damn, I did not see.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I
a
mean,
Ring camera, like, come on.
But then I was like, so she didn't have access to the Ring camera? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I have a Ring camera, isn't the point of a Ring camera that I can check who's at the door from my couch?
Yeah, why? Yeah, the first thing you're doing is to check who's at the door. Yeah.
So maybe she didn't have the access to it. It was like maybe her mom or whoever. So, but I feel like why wouldn't
Everyone
you,
has access to that. I feel like when you have a Ring camera, you can connect multiple phones.
Yeah, and I don't know why you wouldn't want your daughter to be on that, unless, well, whatever. I'm not speculating that she's sneaking in mans at night, but I would definitely want my kids to have that, to be like, here's who's outside. But I'm not obviously victim blaming, but that's fucked up. So I say all that to say, if you break up, you should definitely get your key back. So I don't even know if he has the key anymore, but either way, I'm getting my dog back.
Yeah.
There's zero chance I'm holding that type of L. I'm getting that dog. So I do wish this guy luck. I hope that he gets this dog back, but you have no other, like, you just don't seem like that type of person. You don't seem like you're BTA. You're not about that action. So if that's not you, go to the courts, file your fucking papers and get your fucking dog back. But, I just don't think you're ready to go John Wick, so you need to do what you need to do in the courts.
Yeah, do it the legal way, do it the boring way.
I mean, no, like, I don't think it's boring the courts way. It's just,
I mean, breaking a window is way more fun.
Well, definitely, it's definitely interesting. So again, if you have any kind of geek-related problem or any kind of rant, I hope we get some rants about shows, TVs, games, movies, anything like that. I'm ready to read a good rant. So if you have any of those that you want us to read on the air, please send it to geekourinterest@gmail.com. And again, we might read it on the air. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back.
Holy fuck! That was diabolical!
Okay, so we're getting to the end of this. Getting to the part where I always want to ask you, what are you going to be watching? What are you going to be geeking to this week?
Well, here's the thing. Now that I'm done Daredevil, I gotta watch The Punisher.
Okay.
I also really want to watch the Netflix Daredevil.
Vanessa.
Okay, yeah, I remember you watched this a little bit out of order, which is kind of nice because this acts like a prequel. Same type of vibes, maybe not as good a budget, but it's the same vibe, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, anything interesting you're doing?
Not in particular. There's nothing I could say I'm doing. I do have that HobbyCon that I'll be trying to hit up the next weekend that's coming. But the only thing I'm really excited for this week is Spider-Man Noir. So Nicolas Cage is going to be kicking off that kind of multiverse Spider-Man what I like about it is that you could watch it either black and white, like how they intended it to be, or in color. I'm going to watch that shit in color because I'm not trying to watch black and white. Yeah, it's just like everything's like more in the eyes of it. Like I'm not doing that. It just looks sad. I'm here for some color, but it looks good. Nicolas Cage, again, you either love him or hate him. I'm one of these few people I could take or leave, so he did. It was, again, this, I guess, is a spin-off of the multiverse stuff they were doing, the Spider-Verse Spider-Mans, like the animated shit. So even though this is live action, I assume it ties to that in some way. So you may get a cameo, but I wouldn't hold my breath. But it does look good, so that's what's main on my list right now.
Cool. Sounds fun. Honestly, I'm kind of excited for that Spider-Man 2 now.
Yeah, no, I do.
Definitely
You
not
have to
watching
watch
it in black
it
and
because,
white.
well, no, you can watch it in color. And again, I'm gonna probably next week ask you if you did watch it. So hopefully you give it a. Here's the thing: until you come back, I can't force you to, but I'll at least watch it myself and let you know if it's something that I think you would like.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, you like Spider-Man, so it is what it is.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I feel like if I hear Spider-Man, I'm watching it, so.
So again, if you made it to the end here, I know it's been a long one, but thank you for joining us for the first episode of the Geek My Interest podcast. Next week, we will be doing a little bit more into the comic world. We got a couple things comics-wise that at least we want to talk about, so hopefully it's something you want to listen to. Follow us on all social medias, Geek My Interest on Instagram. I refuse to call Twitter X.
Twitter, yep, call Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on fucking tweeters, bro. Like,
X
I'm
just
not
sounds
calling
weird.
that shit X. Because how are you gonna call something X and it's not porn? Get the fuck out of here. So, this is why Homelander put your ass in space. So follow us on all social medias, and we'll catch you next week.
Okay, ready, set, go. Here comes the A-Train, Mr. Fleet Feet, saving lives, no surprise like it's easy. There ain't no day like a race day. A-Train on the